Ready to go
Cool.
live?
I will go live. Right, we're going live. 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 We're live. We're live. Hello.
Woohoo!
Hello, everybody. Welcome once again. Sorry that we're 5 minutes late, but my God, there's so much to do during a 1 hour lunch break.
And that's not even including eating.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Yeah, eating was definitely a secondary. But that isn't Tommy, as you can see in the bottom left-hand side of your screen. It is, in fact, Katie Fairman, the WTF1 author. Welcome. Welcome, Katie.
Author. Hi,
Welcome
guys.
to your first...
I've had massive FOMO watching you guys for a day and a half, and I was like, I want to get involved in this, so here I am.
Let me turn you up slightly because I feel like you might be a bit quiet. There we go.
I can move closer to my mic.
No, it's fine. It was all me. It was all me. But everyone's saying hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the afternoon session of this pre-season F1 testing, day 2. I am currently into my 13th hour of talking in 2 days.
That's a lot.
It's still intact. I just recorded a voiceover in the lunch break, which is fantastic. And we're ready to give you some updates. So I need to close some windows because I've got so much going on right now. It's actually disgusting. Right, so let me close. I'll leave that open. Oh, okay, cool. So Katie, give us your thoughts firstly on yesterday and what we've seen this morning, because no one's heard your thoughts just yet. And I will sort my life out whilst you talk.
Okay, perfect. So I have, firstly, I've enjoyed the content that you two have been bringing. Absolutely ace. Very proud of you. Haven't been paid to say this. But in terms of actually what we've seen, thank you, what we've actually seen on track, the cars, now I'm seeing them on the ground and not through renders or magic shows that the teams are putting on to reveal their cars. They do look really good. I was a little bit unsure at first, maybe because it was such a dramatic change to what we've seen over the last few years, but I do like the look of these new cars. Obviously, the Red Bull made its proper debut yesterday, which those side pods are extremely intense, and either Adrian Newey and his team are geniuses, or it could be a big risk to take, but I think it will probably be the first of the two. What else has been going on? We had a Ferrari 1-2 yesterday, which was very exciting until Lando Norris came along and beat the time. But during that, the 1-2 time, I know that you were properly on the Ferrari hype train, mind you. You've been on that for a long time anyway.
Yep.
And then before the end of the morning session, Daniel Ricciardo also went fastest. So it meant that we've seen the two McLarens go quickest so far. But of course, this is only shakedown or a test or whatever you want to refer it to. The times don't necessarily mean McLaren are going to be world champions. We've seen it so many times in tests where, you know, maybe Daniel Ricciardo in a Red Bull ends up being the fastest, and like Lewis Hamilton and Mercedes will still go on and win the championship. So it's just an important chance for the teams and the drivers to get used to these new cars. Obviously, it's a whole new set of regulations. Lots of them have been changing their driving style to get used to these cars. So yeah, I'm getting a bit of FOMO not being on the ground in Barcelona, as the saying has now come from this watch along, but still very much enjoying reading updates from what the race have been saying. XPB delivering us plenty of images, and of course taking part in Guess the F1 car, or which motorhome is this? So it's been a good couple of days, and I'm ready to sit and chat through what's happened at lunch break, because we've had some press conferences going on, been hearing from drivers and team bosses, and then keeping an eye on what else is going on the track. Obviously, right before lunch as well, we had Sergio Perez bringing out the first red flag of the test so far. Nothing too dramatic, just a gearbox issue, it seems to be, but he stopped on the exit of turn 13, so making sure Red Bull properly wrap that car up before it goes in the recovery truck, so they don't get any cheeky photographers being like paparazzi trying to get those spy shots. But he's back at the garage, the car's back at the garage now. And we've got I'm just reading through all your comments. Thank you so much. My Twitter name, so at KTWTF1 was already taken. So if you do want to follow me on Twitter, very nice of you if you do, and if you want to engage, we'll read tweets out and stuff. My Twitter handle is just at Katie Fairman. So if you just put my name into Twitter, hopefully you'll be able to
so Tommy got it wrong.
No, because at KTWTF1 is my Instagram handle, and it does look nicer on the stream.
It does look nicer.
But
And yeah,
It does, but
Katie Fairman, then at Katie Fairman. Yes, that's difficult.
No, that's a struggle, an F1 struggle. But
it is.
I appreciate that people want to find me on Twitter and follow me. That's very sweet. Thank you.
Good stuff. So welcome everybody to this afternoon session. I'll kind of just recap because I mean, to be fair, I'm actually learning what went on during the lunch myself. So obviously, as Katie mentioned, there's been some press conferences going on. Obviously, the main talking point is Russia and the Ukraine. And as said this morning, and I think I want to echo, my thoughts and condolences go out to the people of the Ukraine that are going through such an awful time. And I couldn't believe the news that I read this morning, and I really hope that the situation improves. And it kind of links in kind of with what Mattia Binotto said, where he was interviewed and said that it's an awful situation, very sad. All we can do is wait and see. From now until the race in September, there is time. My wish is for everything to stop very soon. We will have a meeting tonight to understand and manage the situation. So obviously the team bosses are having an emergency meeting to discuss all of this. My personal opinion is to cancel it, to be honest with you. But we won't get into that too much. But obviously that is the main talking point right now. Other drivers have been asked for their opinion on the Russian Grand Prix, getting a lot of this from the race live text updates, which we've got a link in the description below if you want to go and look for yourself. But we obviously keep you guys in the loop with all the information that our colleagues at the race give us. Leclerc said, I don't know all the information. It's very sad to see that, especially in 2022. We'll take a decision. I think F1 will probably take the decision. I can't express myself more than that. Verstappen, when a country is at war, it's not correct to race there. It's not only what I think, it's how the whole paddock decides what we're going to do next. Alonso said it's going to be Formula One decision eventually. I think we have our opinion and it's the same one as everyone, but we don't have the power to decide. We can make our own decisions for sure, but eventually I think F1 will do the best. And then thing is what is assumed with that. So I think most of, if not all of the paddock is in unison with the feelings around that particular situation. So, yeah, there you go. Other things that have gone on, Red Bull obviously retrieving the RB18 from the recovery truck after Perez stopped right at the end of the morning session due to what was suspected a gearbox problem. It hasn't been fully confirmed as far as I can see here. But it's going to be interesting to see how quickly they can get Perez back up and running, because any lost mileage is going to be a negative thing, especially for the likes of Red Bull, who have gone for a very aggressive strategy with their side pods and things like that. As for the day 2 afternoon lineup, I'll run you through that. Mercedes is George Russell. Red Bull is Sergio Perez, if they can fix the car. Ferrari's got Charles Leclerc. McLaren has got Ricciardo, because Lando had a full day yesterday. Alpine is Esteban Ocon. AlphaTauri is Pierre Gasly. Again, Tsunoda and both Alonso had full days yesterday. Aston Martin is Sebastian Vettel. Williams is Nicholas Latifi. Alfa Romeo, Guan Yu Zhou finally getting a run out, maybe, if the Alfa Romeo is running for this afternoon session. And in the Haas is Nikita Mazepin. So there you go.
Yeah, well, touching upon the Russia-Ukraine situation, one driver that has made headlines over the lunch break is Sebastian Vettel, who has said that even if a race does go ahead in Russia, he won't attend, he won't go. Seb is obviously always somebody who is great at speaking his mind and standing up for what he believes in. Look at Hungary last year with the Same Love rainbow t-shirt he had to sort of make a protest against the fact in Hungary there are very strict LGBTQ plus rules. But his full quote is similar to yours. He woke up this morning shocked to the news. It's horrible to see what is happening. If you look at the calendar, we have a race scheduled in Russia. For myself, my own opinion is I should not go. I will not go. It is wrong to race in the country. I'm sorry to the people, innocent people who are losing their lives, getting killed for stupid reasons. A very strange and mad leadership. It's something we will talk about, but the GPDA, which Seb is one of the presidents of or chairs of, hasn't come together yet. Personally, I'm just so shocked and sad to see what is going on. We will see going forward, but I think my decision is already made. That's Seb's comments on it all. So pretty strong from him to say that he won't even go if there is a race scheduled there. But,
and the GPDA,
good for him for standing up for
probably
it.
worth mentioning. GPDA means the Grand Prix Drivers Association, for those that don't know. But yes, there's going to be clear stances, and I think F1 will make the right decision with this, to be honest with you, because I don't think they'll have anyone to race there if that is the case. So there you go on that one. I'm just going to keep an eye because I imagine it's green flag. I haven't actually seen an official green flag at the end of the pit lane. Oh no, it is. Afternoon session is go. There is a green light at the end of the pit lane, not flag, light. It's a light, Matt. And Vettel is the first to take to the track this afternoon. It took 13 minutes, but we have a car back out on track after lunch, and Vettel is at the wheel of the Aston Martin. So they weren't eager to get straight out of the blocks, which is strange. I'm going to be getting loads of images from XPB, and I assume Tommy is going to be sending me some as well. I haven't actually spoken to him about
I'm
that,
going to be creating.
Or you're going to be doing it? Okay,
today.
you are,
Yeah,
Katie.
so
Oh, lovely.
send things across.
So we've got. Oh, that is just literally a blank thing. There we go. There's Sebastian Vettel.
Talking of.
Yeah, that's. He doesn't look particularly happy in that photo, to be honest with you. Have we got any pictures being loaded up on XPB yet, Katie? Is there anything of interest?
There's some pictures at the moment from the press conferences. If you want to see what drivers look like sat in their chairs, I'll send some of those over.
I'm speaking for chat, but I'm assuming you guys would just like to see any content that gets uploaded. Let me know if that isn't the case. You'd rather just see the cars, but I think you guys want to see what's going on. So yeah, feel free to send over whatever you see, Katie. That would be great.
Shall I send them to you via email? Is that the easiest?
Send it to me on Slack if that's okay. Just
Slack, of course, yeah.
Thank you very much.
No worries.
I'm having a quick swig of Actimel because need that
Keep
boost.
yourself. Yeah, exactly.
It's not other yogurt drinks are available, I suppose. But I had a Rio yesterday, and I'm having an Actimel apparently today. I'm trying to be healthy. Right, how long we got? We got 7,500 people joining for the afternoon session already. Welcome everybody. How are you watching this? Says DJ Melter. We aren't. We're not watching it. We've got people on the ground, as Katie loves me saying.
I do. It really is. It makes me happy every time you say it.
In Barcelona, via our colleagues at The Race, which I'm sure you have heard many things about. They're a team of journalists. They do incredible articles and also run a great website and YouTube and do loads of podcasts. So they are actually in Barcelona, and we've got direct communication with them. We've also got XPB Images, who are taking pictures at the track and sending us the latest hot off the press pictures. So it's all very exciting. And it's all good. No time from Vettel as far as we're aware just yet. Russell and Gasly now on track too. So very exciting to see some more cars out on track. So right now, as we would have seen from the morning session, Danny Rick, P1 in that McLaren on the C3 tyre, not C4 like Lando put in.
See it.
I believe Guan Yu Zhou is out there as well, because it says 1 lap, but maybe he came out and then came straight back in after an installation. Yeah,
I've really enjoyed seeing the Aston Martin out on track, because the green, like you've mentioned it before, the green has changed from what it was last year. And I was catching up on Sky's coverage yesterday, and they've got some of their guys in the pit lane there and filming it. I don't know if it was maybe the light, but it just looks such a good color, and it makes me question, why was it not this color before? Because it just looks so much better, and hopefully it does pick up better on TV. And yes, Barcelona is nice and sunny for now. It will be a test when we get to night races or rainy races where it's a bit gloomy. But I love that livery. I think it looks stunning. I think it's still my favorite out of all of the ones so far.
Absolutely. Of course, they had their previous sponsorships, which may have taken their particular livery design in previous years in a certain direction, but they've got it absolutely spot on this year. It's a brilliant looking livery. Unfortunately, Ferrari for me still tops it, but it is a gorgeous looking car. And when Tommy, the livery expert, says he likes it as well, there's something that's definitely gone right in that Ferrari camp. So just to recap, so it's Danny Rick, 65 laps this morning. Sainz did 71. Gasly did 64. Albon 47. Stroll 55 laps. Schumacher 66. Much better for Haas this morning. 21 laps for Bottas and Alfa Romeo. 38 laps for Perez before his gearbox or something went wrong in the car, yet to be confirmed. 40 laps for Hamilton. 66 laps for Ocon. 3 laps now for Vettel. This is this afternoon. Russell and Zhou have 1 lap as far as we're aware at this particular moment. So I wonder how Guan Yu Zhou is doing. Nicholas Latifi out there as well. Guan Yu Zhou now has 2 laps on the board. So he is officially getting used to that 2022 F1 car, and he needs all the time he can possibly get.
He can. I'm sending through some images for you now, by the way, Matt, on Slack.
Thank you very much.
Conference moments.
Oh, we love that. Here we go. Boom, boom. Right, let's stick some stuff up and get rid of potentially quite sad Sebastian Vettel. There is. Well, I say we get rid of him. Sad. We've now got Seb and Charles, who is getting interviewed there during the lunch break. A lot of McDonald's memes about the Ferrari overalls this year. Yeah. I don't quite see it. I actually don't mind it. I think it looks all right. I think there's definitely worse team overalls out there. I don't like McLaren's, and who else am I thinking of? Alpine as well. Just although they do merge them a bit better, they actually merge the colours a bit better. I just don't like the colours full stop. So that's there's Seb and Charles, and then you got Max and Fernando being asked some questions during the break, and then we have another picture of Perez's broken down car. This time, this was just before it was salvaged. Perez looking down at his car solemnly. He was only a couple of corners away from home, but clearly had to stop the car so that further damage wasn't done, or maybe it just didn't have any more drive, because you wouldn't imagine, unless it was a serious issue, why they wouldn't have just crawled it back to the pit lane during that particular time. So I wonder if Sergio will get back.
Hear that in the mic? Because it's
a little
hailing
bit. What
at
is
the
it?
moment.
Yeah, I thought. I wondered what that was.
And I'm like, why has it started right now as soon as we're about to begin? But I can pop myself on mute in case
it's okay.
It's a bit noisy. It's a bit atmospheric. You said yesterday you wanted a background music, maybe some slow jazz. I can give you hail.
Give me hail. Brilliant. Thank you, Katie. We'll see how loud it becomes. But apparently Red Bull...
suddenly a thunderstorm or something. Maybe not.
Jack from the race lets us know that the only Red Bull update so far is that the stoppage was a gearbox problem. So that is 100% confirmed that was the case. So that is the reason for Perez not running at the moment. Of course, they will have had that hour or maybe 45 minutes, 30 minutes, depending on how quickly they got the car back to work on the car and try and get it fixed. But let's see. You'd imagine it's going to take a little while before we see Sergio back on track. Alex Albon, still P4, as you can see on the times, a 21.531 in that Williams, 47 laps under his belt so far in day 2. It's good to see Alex back in the sport, and that Williams looks much nicer than what we've seen in the past, I'd have to say. It's the livery's growing on both myself and Tommy at quite a rate of knots. Katie, is it doing the same for you?
Yeah, very much so. I think when we watched along live to it, obviously the renders and the actual car itself look very different, because Williams are going to make sure that the renders that are the things that get like widely distributed look, chef's kiss. But it's definitely growing on me. But yesterday we didn't get much of a chance to see the livery in full working order, because they used all this Flovis paint, and so for most of testing yesterday it was just covered in like this horrible vibrant green snot to check the all the aero and everything's working well. But yeah, some people liked it. It reminded them of a Minardi or something like that, but I think I'll stick with just like the blue and the reds and that they've got there at the moment.
Absolutely. What are people saying in the chat? How's Alpine doing? Well, Brian plays 10:44. Oh, Katie's on the case as well with the picture. Love that. I've just closed that. There we go. Alpine. How would we talk about Alpine? 66 laps. Oh, I mean, kind of what I said at the end of the morning session. It's clearly not any sort of performance run whatsoever from Alpine. But 66 laps, that's where, judge it on the mileage. I know I sound like a broken record, but I know people dip in and out of testing streams and whatnot, but judge it on the mileage. And 66 laps is a good benchmark for a morning session from Ocon, and he'll get further time and further experience this afternoon, providing there's no problems. And but the team that stands out for me, not only because I am passionate, but also Ferrari. They did 153 laps, I think it was, and they've already done 71 laps today. They are getting a gargantuan amount of mileage in this new car, and every single lap turned is a new bit of learning for the teams. So you have to think at the very least that the teams that put a huge amount of laps in should be in reasonably good stead come at least the next testing session in Bahrain in a couple of weeks' time. Nicholas Latifi has just slotted himself in to P7 with a 1 minute 22.063 after 4 laps of running, half a second off what his teammate managed this morning. So good job. Actually, that's a 21.894 now. He's improved even more since I just spoke. So 0.3 now back from Alex Albon. So the Go Tifi is on track.
Go Tifi. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a big year for him. I know we haven't even had our first races, only day 2 of testing, but going up against Albon, who obviously has a glowing resume and lots of people thinking that he's a very good driver. Obviously, he was a Red Bull, got the demotion back in F1. Latifi will be hoping that he could maybe beat Albon this year. I mean, I don't know. Obviously, in junior categories, Albon, because they raced in Dams together in F2 in 2018, I think it was. And Albon sort of trounced Latifi, but we'll see. Maybe being more embedded in Williams will give Latifi an edge, because Albon is coming in as the new boy. So I'm excited to see that, how that championship battle or teammate battle looks over the course of a season. Who do you think will come out on top from those two?
Out of who two, sorry?
Out of Albon and Latifi.
Well, I mean, I've kind of said, I think in our podcast previously, that Albon has to demolish Latifi if he's to be, I suppose, on a good trajectory moving forward in the sport, because no disrespect to Latifi, but he's not the best driver on the grid. I don't think he's anywhere near really the level in which you want to be sort of benching yourself at. So he has to beat Latifi. Whether I think he will, I don't think it will be a whitewash. I think it will be kind of, if there's 22 races, I think he'll out-qualify him maybe 15-7. And, similar maybe in terms of the race as well. But will that be enough? I don't know. Latifi did have a strong end to the season last year in terms of his comparison to George. But similar to McLaren with Danny Rick and Lando, I felt like it was more a drop-off of performance of Lando, bringing himself back to Danny Rick rather than Danny Rick essentially having incredible results. And same goes for George Russell and Nicholas Latifi. I think George maybe started to focus on Mercedes a little bit. Williams had secured, unless Alfa Romeo had literally won a race at the end of the race, end of the season, it was pretty much done and dusted for that Williams team in terms of the constructors. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. But Albon does definitely have to beat Latifi quite comprehensively.
Definitely. Let's just having a look and seeing what people are saying in the chat.
Someone's saying update on Red Bull. The only thing we have is that the gearbox was the reason for the stoppage. We haven't got anything else. Thanks. Let us know if you do. I'm just speaking to the race people as well. So that's awesome. But yeah, they are on the ground in Spain. So they are very busy, I'm sure, writing articles as well and keeping the live timing up to speed. But any questions you want me to ask, anything you'd like them to nose around at, I think, maybe a word on Alfa Romeo would be good.
Yeah, they've had a shocking start, haven't they, to testing. Obviously, Kubica was in the car yesterday, in there for the morning. And how many laps did he manage to total up? It was like 7 or something
9,
like that.
I think
really,
it was, yeah.
9. Oh my God. So really not a great start for Robert Kubica. And then Bottas in the car in the afternoon. But yeah, they've had a really difficult start to testing. Whether they need more parts flown in, or Bottas yesterday was saying that they identified the issue that was causing it, but it wasn't a case of a quick fix. So I hope that they do manage to get more time in. Obviously for Bottas, he's a bit of a veteran now with Formula One. Like, it's not gonna, but obviously it would be nice to get behind these new cars because it is essentially a fresh slate for a lot of them.
Yeah.
But he has that knowledge and that experience that he'll probably be able to pick it up a lot quicker than someone like Guan Yu Zhou, who is literally a rookie in his first year of Formula One. So I'm hoping Guan Yu Zhou gets a bit more a better chance to get some laps on the board, because he is gonna need it.
He certainly is. Bottas, I think if there's two teammates that I'm looking at this season, where one should trounce the other, I think it's got to be Bottas and Zhou. Like, their experience is worlds apart. Zhou's got so much to learn. Bottas, he's been given this opportunity to lead the team and potentially design the car around him. So I fully expect Bottas to potentially 22-0 Zhou this year. That could get clipped up and be very, very age very, very badly. But that's certainly what I think. Back to some recent news, not necessarily about testing, but some comments from a driver at testing. Max Verstappen is quoted as saying that Massey was thrown under the bus, and that the decision to remove Michael Massey from his role as F1 race director was not correct. So Red Bull doubling down on the decision to get rid of Michael Massey. They could have easily just skirted around the edges and gone, it's fine, it's not down. No, they literally think it's the worst thing ever done, is that Michael Massey has been removed as race director, which, they're allowed their own opinion. And, of course, they have a lot more information than the average spectator in terms of what goes on behind the scenes, if there's any other people at fault. But, yeah, it's certainly going to rile up some Team LH fans again, I am sure.
Yeah, it's a difficult one to say because, like you mentioned, Matt, these drivers, they have a much better relationship with Massey than any of us armchair experts at home have. However, yes, Abu Dhabi was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back, but there were a significant amount of things that happened up until that point. It's not just a case of, we fluffed up safety car in Abu Dhabi and he should be sat for that. Like, there were several incidences, whether that's just a communication issue, going back to Saudi Arabia, should Mercedes have been told before Red Bull that Verstappen was going to have to give the place back, which then in turn caused this whole playing DRS chicken and Verstappen Hamilton going to the back of Verstappen. But then there have also been safety concerns, letting the cars out on track when there's still a recovery vehicle on the circuit. Yeah. So there have been several instances, marshals on the track picking up debris in Imola in 2020, when Russell had his crash under the safety car, cars trying to unlap themselves with people still on the track. Like, there is a significant amount of things that have happened up until Abu Dhabi. But I'm looking forward to seeing what these new race directors are going to do. Of course, they aren't going to have the knowledge that Massey has built up in that time that he was race director for those 2 years. But there's still going to be, it's going to take a while to, I think, get things figured out and the process maybe running smoothly. I'm not expecting everyone to show up in Bahrain and it's going to be instantly better. There's always going to be little blips here and there and things to iron out, but I have faith in the management structure that the FIA have put in there, and also they're bringing on tech sort of things as well to make sure that the processes and are a bit like VAR or VAR. Sorry,
VAR.
Can you tell Can you tell I don't watch
big football fan. VAR.
I really am not a big football fan, so but VAR, they're sort of bringing in their equivalent in Formula One. So I'll be interested to see how it all.
Well, I'm absolutely shocked that they don't have something similar anyway, where they have
I know, right?
All of this technology, and they're like, we actually just review it from one angle, and that's it. Or we don't have the TCAM on board because it's not actually uploaded, so we can't. The stewards didn't have access to Max Verstappen's onboard at Brazil. Remember that? Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Right. We got some movers and shakers. God, I sound like a real commentator now. We've got some first lap times for George Russell, who's currently slotted into P12, which I know you can't see on screen, so I'll let you know. P12, George Russell, 1 minute 24.023 on the C2 tyre, 10 laps into his stint so far. Guan Yu Zhou, 1 minute 24.578 on the C2 tyre, 12 laps into his stint. So Alfa Romeo off to a good start in terms of the amount of laps. They're almost up to where Bottas was already, and they're only 34 minutes into the session. Sebastian Vettel hasn't set a time yet, but has done 6 laps. And Charles Leclerc, no time, and 2 laps. Scott Mitchell from the race. You can get the live text updates from the link in the description, but I'm keeping you up to date as much as I possibly can. But feel free to go check it out for yourself. Had a good sit down with Yuki Tsunoda at the start of the afternoon for an upcoming piece on the race website about his increased physical preparation this season. He is happy to admit now that he badly misjudged his training regime for his rookie season. How bad? He reckons 66-year-old team boss Franz Tost was in better shape than he was.
Oh my goodness, that's quite a statement to make, Yuki.
I love how Yuki said that as well. That's hilarious. I wonder how much of that is a joke. But that's
wow.
That's great. Oh, I got another picture. Thank you for that, Katie. I will change that now.
Creating a little Yuki one as well.
There we go. There's the Checo car being pushed back into the garage. That would have been probably during lunchtime. And if we have any other cars on track that have been uploaded, that would be great. Let me just speak to...
It's all press conference at the moment.
Is
XPB are a little behind, yeah.
In terms of happiness, in terms of how testing is going, really nothing specific. If I'm typing, it means I'm speaking to the race guys in Spain, in Barcelona. So apologies for my ferocious typing, but this is a news desk after all. We are WTF1 News. So we'll see if there's any news to come out of any of the teams. Oh, there is old Yuki. Let's have a look and see if his neck looks hench. Maybe that was where he maybe undertrained. Can't really see in that picture, but interesting that he badly underprepared, and that could easily be a reason for his mistakes. You don't know. So maybe Abu Dhabi was a sign of things to come.
Perhaps, yeah, of course. That 4th place finish, so close to the podium. But I hope for Yuki's sake that he has a bit of a stronger year this year, because last year
get it because he's done his...
because he's henched up now.
Sorry, Karen.
I get it. But last year wasn't great, was it? Just be blunt about it. Good start and a good end, but just the middle bit was a bit rubbish.
Yeah, just a little bit rubbish. Questions in the chat. What happened to Perez? I will say it again. His gearbox broke and he stopped running right at the end of the morning session. And he caused a red flag, which probably wasted about 20 minutes, I'd imagine, but not a huge amount. Is the Red Bull side pod painted now? That is a good question. Let me see if I've got a picture from today of the Red Bull. Well, actually, to be fair, Perez was in it. That's the broken down one. We can't really see from that angle. There was a pushing back one. This one here. Can't really tell. I don't think it is, but we'll see. I'm sure there'll be, if he gets out on track. Are there any Perez images, Katie, of him on track that you can confirm or deny whether it's painted on XPB? Thank you very much.
No worries. I've sent you an image of Max Verstappen having a convo with a footballer who is called Memphis
Depay.
Depay, yes. Yeah. But I just thought it was a bit interesting having they've got VIPs now at testing for
VIPs but no fans.
Yeah, so it seems maybe I don't understand why.
Maybe they're like, Memphis is our sporting psychologist or something. I'm sure, he's wearing a Red Bull cap. I'm sure they've somehow managed to, swindle that one. Interesting. I've got some pictures from this morning of Checo on track, and it doesn't look like it is painted, but it is covered up by this huge rake that they've been testing. So I can send that over, and you guys can come to that conclusion yourself, but to me it doesn't look painted. There's a lot of images of Perez's broken down car. We also saw this morning the hole in the Williams side pod, which was quite interesting. You can see there it goes straight through and looks the other side at where the curb is, which is an interesting way of them trying to essentially combat this porpoising, where the car is bouncing up and down through the ride height changes of the of differing downforce levels from the car. So they are all struggling. to different degrees, it seems. The F1 teams, Mercedes rumoured to be one of them, Alfa Romeo, Haas being another two, strongly, at least was in the morning, strongly being affected by this porpoising effect of these new cars. I'm going to go to that. That's a lovely side-by-side, if you hadn't seen that earlier, between the Mercedes and the Red Bull. Take in and analyse that how you would like. Obviously, the air intake and side pod is the big difference there between the Mercedes and the Red Bull. Thank you for that. Oh, yes, I have that image. Yeah, lovely.
Pictures as well. Going through old pictures from this morning. I'm now Tom Bellingham. No context, WTF1.
Oh, yeah. I just remembered that changes.
I'm sure people will realise that I am not Tom Bellingham.
Wait, what? You're not Tom Bellingham? Whoops. It's fine. No one noticed. It's all good. Nobody noticed. So, yeah, that image.
Oh, Tom has literally put it in the chat. Amazing.
All right, Tommy, chill out. I'm giving you extra exposure. You should be loving it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it doesn't look painted from that angle, as you say, Katie. And that is a very cool image as well. That, of course, was from Perez this morning before he broke down. We'll keep you up to date as to what we hear with regards to Sergio Perez once we hear from the race in Barcelona. It sounds weird when I say that. If people don't know that that's the brand, the race, it sounds like there's a race going on in Barcelona.
Oh my God, there's a race?
There's a race going on in Barcelona? What? So Yuki Tsunoda is hench. That's the latest information that we've got. In terms of lap times, the mileage winner, the mileage hero, is Esteban Ocon now, 73 laps. Myself and Tommy had a... actually, no, it's not. It's Pierre Gasly. I'm in the lead again. So Tommy bet that Ocon was going to be the most mileage today. I bet on Gasly. Gasly's on 76 laps. Ocon's on 73. Then you've got Carlos Sainz on 71. Daniel Ricciardo 70. So there's quite a few teams running in the 70 region, which is promising. You'd like to think they would all be able to solo get to... Well, I say solo. Sainz is obviously... well, actually, no, it came up as Leclerc running. Why did it come up as Leclerc running? And now that's... There, yeah, Leclerc is running. Yeah, 5 laps. So Sainz isn't running this afternoon. Charles Leclerc is. I'm getting confused. But Danny Rick is running the whole day, as is Pierre Gasly. And same for Esteban Ocon as well. So, yeah, very interesting to see who hits the century of laps first, because that's the real treasure chest. Get that out my get that out my mouth. Of testing is laps.
It was super interesting. I think you and Tommy mentioned it yesterday, looking in comparison of how many laps were completed. Might have been in 2014 when there was a last big regulation change, and looking in comparison to 2014 to now. Obviously, 2014 was slightly different because we had a whole new power unit system debuted, rather than at the moment, they're using the same power units, and it's just more of the outside and bits of the car that have been changed, but still a really impressive amount of laps that are being racked up over these last few days. I think Verstappen yesterday did 147 laps, which is about the same as 2.5 Spanish Grand Prix. So good amount of laps and data that these teams will be collecting.
Absolutely. I'm just doing a little poll. Who would be the first to reach 100 laps? Ocon, Ricciardo, Gasly, or other? Ask your community. There you go. Someone was like, where's the poll? We need a poll. They love a poll. So you can have a poll. There you go. How many times can I say poll?
Everyone loves
in
a
10
poll.
seconds? So yeah, good stuff. Other questions, other comments? Any photos of Zhou out on track yet? Asks Emma.
I will have a look for you, Emma, because at the moment it's still all press conference pictures. I might see if I can nab some from the Alfa Romeo media gallery.
Do it.
And other teams.
We're allowed
other
to.
teams' media galleries. Yeah, because I want pictures of cars.
I love the Alfa Romeo one because they always make the sponsors look so much whiter and so much brighter than they actually are. They're like Photoshop the sponsor logos so that they stick out on a camo livery, because in reality they don't stick out at all, which is quite funny. So in terms of the poll, 41% think Ricciardo will be the first to reach 100 laps, 39% think Gasly, 11% think Ocon, and 10% think other. Get your votes in. Also, leave a like on this Testing Updates afternoon stream if you are, one, having a great time, Maybe we're background noise. Maybe you're doing something else. Maybe you are sat here staring at our faces for 4 hours. Doesn't matter.
Oh
If
God,
you're enjoying it,
scary.
yeah, that's a scary thought, isn't it? Maybe I should turn off my camera, give people
Yeah,
some respite.
I'm like, oh God.
Then leave us a like, leave us some love. Subscribe if you're new as well. I also, actually, at this point, it's a little bit of a lull in the session, I will share with you the WTF1 shop promotion that we've got going on right about now, which you can see right here on screen. So we've got loads of different merch. We've got mugs, we've got T-shirts, we've got hoodies, we've got phone covers, we've got diaries, we've got all sorts of stuff going on. Doesn't matter who you support, there's usually something for every single driver there, even a Kimi mug. I mean, Kimi's not even in the sport anymore, but you can have a Kimi mug if you really want to, or how is it so effing difficult to do simple things correctly? Notepad, if you really want. You can also customize it between certain things. I say customize it, there are options to do different things. But that is the shop.wtf1.com, 15% off selected products for a limited time, and it's a last chance to buy certain ones. So if you want Kimi's face on a mug, it's not going to last for much longer because the new season's coming up, and unfortunately, Kimi has retired. So there you go. That's that done and dusted.
I've been drinking out of my WTF1 mug so far on the stream today. I've got a Hamilton and Ricardo Shuey mug.
Boom, and look
very
at
nice.
Look
Makes
at
my
quality.
Cup of tea.
Look, I mean,
it makes my cup of tea a million times better.
I bet it tastes unbelievable in an F1 mug.
Just the best.
Good stuff. Anyway, back to F1 testing. I know that's what you're really here for. There's been some word from Vasseur, Frederick Vasseur, in the press conference, but not massively enlightening. He says, it was a bit better this morning than yesterday. Could be worse. I think we're going in a good direction. The problems will be completely fixed in Bahrain, but to solve everything on track isn't an easy task. I'll ask if any of our lot have picked up anything. Oh no, that's from the race. I was doing a Ron Burgundy. I was like, right at the end, he's like, I'll ask if any of our lot have picked up on anything. And I was like, oh, that's part of the quote. It's not. So they're not pressing the big old red button, Frederick Vasseur, but I think they should be because their lack of laps has been slightly concerning. Here is a picture of Guan Yu Zhou, as you say, Katie.
Yeah, there's no pictures of him on track.
There you go. He's signing a hat.
Signing some
there you go.
caps.
You know, if you wanted to show,
you tuned in for.
Yeah,
right?
You didn't actually specify what exactly you wanted from it. So there you go. There is Guan Yu Zhou for now. Ferrari has come out through the race live update saying lots of people have been tipping Ferrari to join the fight at the front in 2022. But what does its team boss, Mattia Binotto, think? And Mattia said, we're not the strongest team. We are still the outsider, not the favourite.
He's playing it cool. No. If he was suddenly like, yeah, we're going to win the World Championship, guys, watch this space, and then didn't happen, he'd look a bit of a turnip. But it's fine, he's playing it cool, he's playing it cool.
No. No, that's it. I don't want to play anymore. No. What an absolute disgrace.
Is going back to the station.
Oh my God, the hype train has just broken down worse than Sergio Perez in the last sector. Unbelievable. Oh, look at that.
Savage.
Bottas looks like he's about to go into some sort of like manhole or something. Like just like underground into the sewers. Just like
Are you calling the Alfa Romeo a sewer?
No, but it's just weird how it looks like he's about to go like underwater or underground or something. It
does look like he's got some sort of like diving gear on.
Yeah. Oh, it's good stuff. But yeah, that car is wonderful looking. Bottas, I'm sure, would like to have done a few more laps this morning, but Alfa have had big troubles. 21 laps Bottas managed to do in the end. And we're just waiting to see what the first big mover will be. Obviously, Latifi is right behind his teammate Albon, 4th and 5th for Williams. I'm sure they'll be very happy with that, despite it not being any sort of performance running. But it's fine. Russell, still only 10 laps as far as this is concerned. Vettel has done 14, but he's down in 15th place. Guan Yu Zhou's clocked up 12 laps. I'm going to ask who's out. Who is out there at the moment? That's what I'm asking. Good stuff. Questions.
I've got an image coming up surely that I think everybody's going to like.
What's the image? Is it going to be a surprise?
Do you want it as a surprise?
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you look at it and you can't help but be like, oh.
Okay. All right. Well, you've hyped this up.
Oh, okay. Gosh, no pressure.
Here we go.
Oh.
Here it is. Oh, we're back.
Anything that's so sweet.
It's a better image than the other one. Look at Seb.
Yeah.
No, he's
know, little Seb.
happy.
He's
He's
happy
smiling. Ah, this is what happens when XPB don't send us images because it's all
I
about
know that we're
pre-press
having to
conference.
literally resort
Like,
to.
oh, Seb's happy, lovely. And let's go back to
Going through
Bottas goes his car.
every single team media gallery at the moment to try and find some pictures of cars on track. That's it, the bare minimum. But
so people asking if Mazepin is driving.
ready.
He's not at the moment. He's not on the timing screen. So 0 laps so far for the Haas this afternoon. Gasly has gone out on track. And apparently so Vettel's had the track to himself for the past 5 minutes, but there are now 2 cars out there as Gasly has taken the AlphaTauri, which heads today's lap counts out once more. It's what the race live text updates are keeping us well and truly informed. Zhou has also gone out there as well, so it's Gasly, Vettel and Zhou out on track. So you'd imagine it's Vettel and Zhou, 14th and 15th in the times at the moment. They may well, just press the loud pedal a bit, pedal a bit louder and see what happens. But right now Ricciardo's 1 minute 20.355, not being challenged at the moment. But then Lando Norris's 19.5 came right at the end, pretty much, of the session on the C4 tyre. So we may well see a couple of runs potentially if the likes of Ferrari, for example, are ahead of their run schedule. Then perhaps we might see Mattia Binotto actually get some. Why would you say that they're outsiders? Get some confidence in your team, man. Jeez.
No, he's downplaying it 100%.
Jeez. He better be downplaying it.
He's realised the forces that you're bringing to hype Ferrari up are too strong.
He has to combat them. Yeah. This is my fault.
Calm down. Yeah. You've brought this on yourself.
Oh, I'm a terrible person. I'm sorry. So Gasly, 78 laps on the board at the moment. Ocon next closest on 73. Sainz 71. And Daniel Ricciardo 70. So we get to see some of the drivers out there at the moment. It has been a green light for 51 minutes and we haven't seen a huge amount of track action at the moment. What are they trying to do? It's enough filling as it is when you can't see the coverage. When there's no cars on the track, when you can't see any coverage, it's next level filling. But hey, guys, chat, we like the waffle. I'm sorry if the waffle, we just go off on a tangent. You're like, why are you talking about yogurt? But I feel like this is the kind of thing you expect from a testing update stream. Of course, we give you that hot off the press information as soon as we can, but I hope you also appreciate when we have to talk about yogurt and other things. So there you go.
Yeah, if you have any questions, please do just fire them in the chat.
I've got a question here from Easy LHC1. How likely is sandbagging, strategic trickery at this stage? Very likely. I don't think it's not necessarily sandbagging to the sense of we have to hide our performance. Obviously, they want to hide their car. They want to, obviously, if they break down, they want to be covering it over, not giving the other teams any sort of insight into what they've done in terms of their car design. But it's more just the fact that they'll be so busy learning their car that they're not going flat out to try and find the optimum performance straight away. They're, running the car through every setting, through all kinds of different setup changes on different tyres and just kind of piecing the bits of the puzzle together. So I wouldn't say it's necessarily, sandbagging. It's just the fact they don't need to go at 1:16 pace in order to do the learnings they can at 1 minute 22, 1 minute 20, whatever. Because they can do the rough calculations if they run the engine a bit lower. They don't want to be stressing the engine if they're doing 147 laps a day like Verstappen did yesterday. So there's no point taking that risk. You may as well run the engine a lower power mode, but you still get the data that they require. So hopefully that answers your question.
Very much so. That's a good answer.
Here we go. Someone from Mr. Alt, but you sound like someone from Twitter. Can you please stop saying that 147 laps is 2.5 race distance? It's actually 2.25. My brain hurts every time I hear you say this. Love you guys. Just my weird brain talking. I love you. We love you too, Mr. Alt, but it is quite funny.
I'm so sorry.
I mean, deep down, I know that as well. 147 is not 2.5. But look, you can't say 2.25. That just doesn't ring as well. You just round it up. It's fine. Or round it down, technically. I don't know. Whatever. Who cares? Anything going out on track at the moment? I am going to ask. Ocon and Leclerc are out on track at the moment as well. Leclerc's done 5 laps at the moment. George Russell has done 10, Guan Yu Zhou 14, and Sebastian Vettel clocking up some good mileage in that Aston Martin already with 18 laps on the board, and probably the most mileage of anybody this afternoon so far. Katie has sent me a picture. Oh, it's a car.
It's
How
a car, but that could be
exciting.
from this morning because it's a Yuki Tsunoda.
Shh, it's fine.
Okay.
Oh, no, wait, no, this morning. No, that'll be yesterday then. Gasly's in the car the whole day today. Tsunoda was in the whole day yesterday.
Oh, okay. From yesterday. Red Bull are lying to me with their dates that they've put things on.
Yeah, unless Gasly has done 80 laps already in this afternoon session. He's been on all day today.
Oh my God, we have a picture of a car on track on XPB.
Send it. Send it. I don't care what it is. It could be a tractor. I don't care. As long as it's on track, it's all good.
It's what we need. Oh, there's some
Boom.
images coming through.
Hand it
Thank
over.
the
Give me the
Lord.
images. We want the images.
Give me them.
12,000 of you watching right now. Thank you, everybody, for
everyone.
for joining once
Appreciate
again.
it.
I know that some of you
There
are
is a lot
busy
of
and
waffle.
you'll dip in and out and whatnot, but it's great to have you, and we will keep you very much in the loop as much as possible. And Katie will be sending me the next image of a car, which is all...
Do you want to have a guess who it is?
I'm going to guess... the people that are going out, the people that are out right now, I'm going to go Alfa Romeo.
Oh, the suspense.
Ooh.
I'll send it through right now.
Send it through right now.
You'll be able to tell who it is because I've named it.
Oh my God, you've named it. Still waiting. Oh my God, it's going to happen. I'm sorry, everybody. We're hitting Delirious City already. Here we go.
Oh, thank goodness.
I haven't actually properly looked at it. Oh, it's Latifi. Oh, lovely.
What is going on in these pictures?
Nicholas Latifi.
Oh my goodness. Hold on. I need to send you this. XPB are delivering the goods. They finally got back from their lunch break.
Ooh,
woohoo!
We like to see that a lot. So Latifi's done 15 laps so far already this afternoon. 1 minute 21.894, as I've mentioned. P5 for Nicholas Latifi, and you can see him on screen right now. He's got nothing to lose, Nicholas Latifi. He's got the cash money. He's got the seat. All he has to do is perform. If he doesn't, he can probably stay for another year. Who knows? But he just got to enjoy himself. You know, he had a good end to last year.
Just enjoy yourself, hon.
Just have a great crack. Like, you're driving an F1 car for a living. Like, it's decent. That F1 testing thing is very cool. Hold on. Hold on. So Formula One have called this a shakedown, whatever you want to call it, pre-season running. And you're telling me on the actual car number board it says F1 testing?
Well.
Well, you've been rused.
How
Rumbled.
the tables have turned, Formula One.
We've been That's it. F1, you have been exposed. It says F1. That's in our faces. F1 testing. Confirmed. Unbelievable scenes. Katie is absolutely loving her Sebastian Vettel pictures today. But
It's
this
a
time
funny
with
picture.
Christian Horner and Adrian Newey. And what do you think?
We need a caption competition.
Yeah, caption.
For
I was
this.
about to say caption
100%.
competition. What is Christian Horner saying right now in this conversation? I need to know. Tell me in the chat right now. What is Christian Horner saying? And let's see what people come up with.
Come back to the dark side.
I'm watching this because I'm bored in quarantine. Well, it doesn't matter why you're here, Jonas.
Oh,
I'm just
sorry
glad
to
you
hear
are
you're
here.
in quarantine, though.
And I hope you're
That's
well.
not good.
I hope you're doing okay. You were supposed to come home, says Bonnie. Please come back, says Naman. Seb, come back to us, says Jonah. You can still take Perez's seat if you want, says Glyn.
Ooh.
Will you come back to us, says Dale. Can you hit Hamilton harder next time, says Janice. Max isn't doing it. We need you back quickly, says Slim. Where did you get your hair? You need milk, bro.
Where did you get your hair? Oh my God, that's amazing.
Give Newey some hair. Oh, come on, Igar. Come on.
Aww.
Multi-22 says Philippe.
Yeah.
Please touch my rear wing, says Max.
Not Max Verstappen, I assume.
No. Come back to the dark side, says Glenn. Great caption competition, everybody. Well done. Do we have any more updates for you? That's what I'm always checking. I'm always keeping an eye. And I think I've just said that as I've closed. No, there it is. So many tabs open, it's a disgrace. Guan Yu Zhou's put 19 laps on the board now. And he's almost only 2 laps away from surpassing his teammates' lap count today, which is quite upsetting for Valtteri Bottas. 21 laps for
Bottas
Valtteri
is in the
today.
mud already.
Oh, he is. He really is. Poor guy. Hamilton has at least got a bit of mud on his shins because 40 laps, it's not a lot, you know. It's not fully mudded, but it's like, you know, maybe you've played like 90 minutes of football and it's a bit muddy, you know, like he's not fully, you know, fully in the mud. But 40 laps for Hamilton this morning, and he'll be back in the car again tomorrow. He's done 90 laps so far in a full day, I suppose you can call it, which isn't the worst thing in the world. And George Russell did 77 on his own yesterday morning. George Russell is currently out there with 11 laps on the board. Some trackside impressions from the race. There's a question. How does the Ferrari look out on track? Planted? I love this. And actually, I need to click on this to give you So the Ferrari... Apparently, Charles Leclerc is hugely confident in his Ferrari through turns 7 and 8, a fast approach into a medium-speed uphill corner. That horrible left-right, I've played it on the F1 game many times. Taking a lot of speed in, bullying his way through the understeer with plenty of throttle and controlling the then wayward rear with his right foot as much as the steering. It looks old school, but impressive. There you go. So,
old school. That's what we like to hear.
Yeah. Proper wrestling the car at all times. Love you guys. Love you too, Karim. Love you too. Please put on a Charles Leclerc pic with about 1,000 exclamation marks, says Param.
Worries. And let me find one. I have just sent you one of him on track at the moment, but I can find you maybe one of his face.
No, that's fine.
Or is it in the car?
This works. There he is, old Charlie boy. Have XPP just decided for this camera angle so far this afternoon?
Yeah, I know. That's the only 3 pictures of a car on track this afternoon, and they're all from like 5 miles away. I'm like, come on, guys, a little zoom in, please.
We've got a better Charles Leclerc picture somewhere. Hold on, let's.
Is it going to make me Tom Bellingham?
It will. So
that's fine. I'm sending one over if you want.
Fine. It's fine. I won't make you Tom Bellingham for the 3rd time already.
I want to be the founder.
Yeah, to be fair, the power that was just coursing through your fingertips was incredible.
God, it's too much. The universe can't handle it.
Right. Let's see. So, Katie, I'm going to go to the toilet very quickly and actually get changed. I'm really hot in this hoodie, so I am going to leave you in the trusty hands of yourself. And maybe put a picture of Charles Leclerc up on screen for you right now. So there you go. There's Charlie boy. Speak to your heart's content for the next 2 minutes, maybe about how much you hate the FIA. Okay.
Oh my God, you can't live on that bombshell. I don't hate the FIA, guys. But talking of the FIA, Lewis Hamilton did make some very interesting comments yesterday regarding the stewards. He has said that he wants more female stewards, which is something that I think we can all get behind, having a bit more diversity there. And also, he's noted that some stewards do have existing relationships with current drivers. It's something that Fernando Alonso has alluded to. Obviously, when he made his cheeky move in Sochi last year, completely going through the runoff area at turn 2, he wanted to see if he would get the same reprimands and telling off as other drivers might. And he said that his point was proved, that Fernando Alonso was made he was pointed out as being the one that did it, even though several drivers like Verstappen and Giovinazzi did the same. But yeah, Hamilton has been speaking out for a bit more of a reshuffle of the kind of people that are in the stewarding office, which I think is a valid thing and valid concern to have. Lots of people saying, why do you need female stewards? Why does it matter? I mean, it's a very valid comment. I just think that where Formula One can, if there are people that are knowledgeable enough and educated enough, just having a bit more of a balance, in my opinion, isn't a bad thing. Because at the moment, as we have seen, Formula One still is predominantly quite a white male sport. So I'm happy to see a bit more of variety sprinkled in certain areas of the sport. But as they say, it doesn't matter, if you are a man or a woman, as long as you can do your job and you do it well, then it shouldn't really matter. But let's have a look and see what other comments there are. If you guys have any, people saying Katie should be the steward. I mean, one day I would love to shadow the FIA and see what they get up to over a race weekend, because there are so many elements to it that are done behind the scenes that maybe fans don't get a chance to have a look at what they do. So I think that'd be really interesting. Let's see what you guys are thinking, or see if we've got any updates from our friends the race that are there. So Latifi is fastest of the new pack in 5th, right behind Williams teammate Alex Albon. Mazepin has yet to take to the track, so we haven't got any pictures of the Haas there. But let's have a look and see if there are any other images. XPB, really loving this camera angle at the moment, because all the pictures are from the must be like in the grandstands at turn 1 or something like that. But let's have a gander. Has there been anyone, let me know in the chat? Oh my goodness, that was quite an entrance back. I was going to say, guys, let us know in the chats if there have been anyone that has surprised you maybe in testing so far. Is there a team that you thought were going to be completely on it and they have surprised you somewhat? Or one of my biggest surprises is that it took a day and a half for us to get a red flag from someone stopping on track. I honestly thought we would have had a few more than that. Because these are, like we said, they're brand new cars and they're still getting to grips with it. Yes, some teams, or most teams, have had a shakedown of some sort, but it's still quite a new thing for a lot of these teams getting used to. And it's not really I would be thinking we'd have more stoppages on track than this.
Yeah, but thankfully we haven't. I guess this era gets compared to 2014, but I guess it's an unfair comparison when the regulations for this year has been more around the aerodynamic side of things. Obviously, there are still elements of cooling and getting that side right, but 2014 was the start of the hybrid era, and the teams had no idea what they were doing. So that's the kind of comparison a lot of people are making, but I think it's quite unfair because the teams have very much nailed the hybrid engine side of things now after now 8 years. It's just testament to how solid these teams are. Most likely 99% of the time they're pretty faultless. So let's recap now on what's going on out on track. Gasly is storming his way to a century of laps, and I feel like my bet is well and truly on. Gasly 88 laps out there already today, and it's we've still got 2 hours and 52 minutes remaining. Next closest is 81 laps for Esteban Ocon in the Alpine. He's down in 13th. And then we don't have anyone else in the 80s. Next one is 71 laps for Carlos Sainz, but of course he's not running this afternoon. Charles Leclerc he's in the Ferrari. He's done 13 laps, so that's an overall of 84 laps for Ferrari. They look like they're going to storm through a century once again for 2 days on the trot, which is pretty impressive from Ferrari. But yeah, Gasly absolutely just turning the laps. Hour 5 update from the race, just in case you are just dipping in and trying to find out what's going on. You can see the live text updates in the description below. 5 of the 6 new drivers have joined after the lunch break. Latifi is the fastest of the new pack in 5th, right behind his Williams teammate Alex Albon. Rookie Guan Yu Zhou has got his first laps. In fact, he has got 25 laps behind the wheel of the Alfa Romeo. Nikita Mazepin has finally come out the pits for Haas. So he has done a lap, but no time so far. And that is pretty much your update. We've got another picture of the same angle. Here we go. And off. It's Ocon.
I see what you mean about the testing, the timing tower, though, spelling it out. Either someone has had a bit of fun putting that together, because like you say, it's meant to be a shakedown, not a
I guess you can't fit
testing,
F1 shakedown in 10 letters.
No, that's true.
They could just call it shakedown. That would be fine, but apparently not.
Didn't fancy it. But yeah, I need these XPB photographers to get a move on. Oh, we've got a picture of Alex Albon looking at his motorhome.
Ooh.
This is as exciting as it's going to get, I'm afraid.
Oh no, it's always exciting. Don't worry.
It's
We've
true.
got all the race guys in Barcelona on the ground, giving us all the information we can get from them. Any questions, we are more than welcome to. You're more than welcome to ask, and we'll try and get as many answers as we possibly can. But yeah, confirmation. Mazepin is out for the first time this afternoon. I will see. Please tell us what's with the L plan by Alonso. That's something. It's snowing in the UK. I don't think it.
Honestly, I think I had snow during the lunch break. I was trying to figure out if it was sleet or if it was snow. I mean, in my background here, I don't know if you can see it. Like, it's extremely.
Oh yeah, you
blue.
had hail, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the contrast on my camera. It makes it look like the sky is so blue. But yeah, I think I did have some sort of snow or hail or something along those lines earlier.
Nice.
It's very cold. I might need to get up in a minute and put my radiator on because I'm absolutely frozen.
Well, I'm not. I'm absolutely roasting. This office room just gets very warm because of the computer pumping out heat. Question from Aisha. Is WTF1 a part of the race channel? Because you keep saying sister team and English is my second language. So essentially, to describe it in a way that isn't sister team or whatever, is the fact that both ourselves, WTF1, and the race are part of the same company called The Race Media Limited. So essentially, yeah, we're under the same company. So we work together and help each other and love each other. Question, can you ask the race if they think Ferrari genuinely looks stable and quick? Well, I kind of read out what trackside impressions were. I can get a general consensus from some of the guys at the race. We've got some interesting comparisons of front wheel turning vanes that we can get up on screen. Casey, if you want to get those from the Slack channel. Let me just, okay, so what we're just over halfway through Barcelona preseason testing. I'll just get them to answer. Can any of the guys in Spain give a rough idea of who looks best? Actually, no, but they've given us our trackside impressions, so it's difficult for them to be like, they would literally just reply with, I don't know. So you just have to look at them on track, and as I said, the Ferrari looks great under the control of Charles Leclerc. Yay, Katie is back. Not sure why, but I'm really happy, says Wendy.
Oh, thanks, Wendy. That's very kind of you.
Oh, has Perez been out again? No, Tim. No, Perez has not been out. We don't have any news about Red Bull just yet. Saravan will bring that to you as soon as we get them. Perez suffered a gearbox failure at the end of the morning session. Matt and Katie, when do you personally think lap times start to become relevant? Well, I think in a broad
Q3
degree,
in Bahrain.
Yeah, in a broad degree, preseason testing, not really. I think the final day in Bahrain testing, we'll get a reasonable idea. I'm not saying first, second, third, fourth, fifth will be first, second, third, fourth, fifth in terms of teams, but you know that someone that tops the end of preseason testing in Bahrain when we're literally racing there, the following week, or the following 2 weeks, is that they're not going to be starting last. So you can get some kind of indication there, because they will do some performance running. You just won't know, where the extra half a second is or the extra second. But overall, lap times aren't particularly relevant. It's all about the mileage, getting the data for the teams. So, yeah, qualifying for Bahrain is usually the time where it becomes relevant, because that's when they actually have to go the fastest they possibly can to make it through Q1, Q2, and Q3.
Very true. I've sent you those images from Luke in the Slack channel. While you pull those up, I am going to go and put a radiator on and get a hoodie because I'm so cold.
Absolutely.
So I'll be right back.
Roasting. Okay.
Do I need to turn my camera off, or can I just
you can leave it on if you want.
Yeah, you can see my... Oh, sorry, I'm muting myself halfway through a conversation. You see my lovely sofa and the plant that I have. I look like I'm in a jungle, but it's just my living room.
So there is the Red Bull front suspension, and taking a look at, you can see all the different colours kind of highlighting certain areas of the turning vane. And then if we take a look in comparison to the McLaren, slightly more zoomed in, but it's always interesting to see the zoom-ins of these cars. It is, fascinating. I'm never a self-proclaimed aerodynamic expert by any stretch of the imagination, but it is amazing to see, and the teams have already said this, how awesome it is that the designs are so different across the field that no one really fully knows who is going to be the quickest, apart from Ferrari, apparently, who think that they aren't the quickest. But I'm still holding out hope that Mattia Binotto is trying to anti-jinx himself. I see what he's doing. I really do. Let's go back to the Red Bull one again. So, yeah, that is obviously Sergio Perez's car, not currently running in testing at the moment. Let's see if Flovia is on the right side, says Evan as well. Is there, or is that the edit? I'm pretty sure, unless you're talking about the other picture and that's delayed, but either or. Mazepin has set his first, official lap time of the session at 25.538. He's currently 16th and last of the runners so far. He's done 6 laps in that Haas. Sebastian Vettel 15th. He's done 28 laps already in the Aston Martin. That is pretty good going. He's pretty much been going non-stop since the beginning of the session. He's done a 24.355. Guan Yu Zhou, Alfa Romeo, 24.259. 26 laps in the Alfa Romeo, and has officially surpassed Valtteri Bottas's 21 laps from this morning. Esteban Ocon, 23.280. He has completed 89 laps. And then we have Charles Leclerc, 17 laps. P12 at the moment, 23.187 in that Ferrari on the C1 tyre. Then, of course, you can see the top 11. Most notably, Gasly is up to 91 laps in that AlphaTauri. Very good going from that outfit. And then we wait to see, to be fair, it's... Danny Rick hasn't begun to clock any more laps at the moment. I feel like he did actually end the session on 70 laps. So we are waiting to see that McLaren come back out for the afternoon. But maybe McLaren feel like they've had a very solid morning and they don't need to do as much long distance running, and they can just do sort of setup tweaks, keep coming in and out of the pits to test different things. It'll be interesting to see how that goes. How come not every lap counts as an official lap? That's a good question, Jordan. My understanding is that they would go around a lap, but then just as they come up to the final corner, they'll go into the pits. Maybe they'll stop, then go straight through the pits. Maybe the team will check something over. Maybe they'll wheel them back into the garage, send them out for another lap, back into the pits, send them out for another lap. And it's just kind of a cycle, really, where they shake down the car and make sure everything's working. So, that's my understanding of it. Is Merck sandbagging or something? They feel slow. It's, as I mentioned earlier, it's not necessarily sandbagging. It's just the fact that the teams aren't pushing. They're not doing performance runs, really. Of course, there will be differences in time where some teams will go for it. But I say go for it. I'm saying go for it in terms of 80% of the speed. Katie will return very shortly. She's gone to apparently wrestle her radiator to make it a bit warmer in her room. I wish it would be colder in my room, if I'm being completely honest with you. Perez hasn't left the garage yet. Nope, there's no sign of that Red Bull leaving the garage just yet. And we await to see if that
I am here. I'm just making a cup of tea while I get a chance. So I thought I'd just
okay.
Tell
you thought you'd come back. I thought you were wrestling your radiator, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm making a cuppa because I am so cold.
Really? I'm so jealous. It's just, honestly, I had to go get changed because I was too hot.
Really? Well,
Yeah.
I'm in my flat. I've only got single glazing window as well, or like, single glazing. So
You'd love here then, because it's basically like quadruple glazing.
it's like
I've
a
got
sauna.
a door and then a door. It's ridiculous, but yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well, warm yourself up. It's fine. Don't worry. Tommy's made me feel for a good half an hour before when he had to go. Oh, take Frank for a
go
haircut
get his dog
or whatever. Like, oh, good. So feel free to get your cup of tea. It's absolutely fine.
Wonderful. Okay, I think it's brewed, so I'm gonna just go and add some milk, and I'll be back in a sec.
Sweet. So Katie shall return. We will share some more pictures with you. I'll take you through some of the ones earlier today whilst Katie's not there, because it means that she can be Tom Bellingham. It doesn't matter. There were some sunrise pictures that we were playing around with, in terms of playing a little game of guessing what the car was. That was a difference between the front wing of last year. Oh, some of these file names Tommy's called them is an absolute disgrace. Like, I haven't a clue what. Oh no, Katie's back! Quick! Oh my God, Katie's back!
It's okay.
It's fine. There we go. It's gone back to
okay.
Katie now.
Do you see how many images have been uploaded while I've been gone?
Yes, please. Even the race have said on their live text updates. Oh, it's been a bit quiet on the picture front this afternoon. So that's why I was reflecting on some of the images from earlier today. But then you came back, so I very quickly changed. Oh, you've frozen. Katie? Oh, you're back.
Sorry, my internet dropped out. Why could it not drop out when I was getting a jumper and getting a cup of tea?
I panicked then. I thought it was on my end.
No, it was me. But yeah, I heard the beginning bit of that where you said even the race on their live comms said that they've been a bit quiet on the picture front today, which is true. This is what has happened.
Oh, Holloway asks a fantastic question. I definitely didn't get them to pay me to ask it. Matt, as somebody that's driven both a real F1 car
stop it.
and simulators, how accurate would you say the sensation is? Well, Holloway, it's absolutely nowhere near in terms of sensation, because sensation is the word that I think of when you're feeling the G-force, you're feeling the acceleration of the car. You don't get that in a simulator. Obviously, you don't go anywhere. If you go in a motion simulator, obviously you get the feeling of the brakes a little bit and maybe a little bit of the accelerator, but you don't get that G-force. So obviously the inputs are pretty much exactly the same. I did feel like I was playing a game in some regards when I was in it, apart from when I could feel my head falling off because I just accelerated 0 to 160 in 4 seconds or something ridiculous. So it's hard to say that they compare in terms of sensation, but they definitely compare when it comes to just the technique and how you feel in the car. That's how I would say. Luke has from the race has sent me a message saying, if you want some context for these images, the wheel veins will most likely be slinging the dirty air away from the tunnel mouths, allowing clean underbody flow to the tunnels. Thank you, Luke. So that is that image up on the screen right now. So that'll be. Got
some images of Guan Yu Zhou as well that are coming through for you in his Alfa Romeo.
In the car. Oh, yes.
In the car.
We've got some Guan Yu Zhou pictures. Let's go. Wait, hold on.
It looks like
saying red flag. Don't do that. Have we got a red flag?
We have got another red flag for Mazepin, who has stopped in sector 2.
No.
Yeah, red flag.
Actually,
Jack Cousins, one of our guys on the ground, has said that there is another red flag.
Oh my God.
Why did I not wait to make my cup of tea during the red flag? Who knows?
So, he stopped? Has he crashed?
Don't know. All I know is he stopped in sector 2.
Oh, okay. Well, we will find out as soon as we possibly can what's gone on. Just grind to a halt, or not known yet. We will. Oh, whilst we do that, let's take a look at this awesome image of Guan Yu Zhou in his pit box.
Yeah,
that doesn't look like an F1 car with that camo livery. It looks odd. It's messing with my eyes a little bit.
Someone said on Twitter yesterday, and I can't unsee it now, that it reminds them of an ASOS return, like the bag when you get an ASOS delivery, the bag that it comes in, and I can't unsee it. But it's an AI designed camouflage livery. And I've got to say that the merch that they've revealed along with delivery looks slick AF. It looks very
Slick
cool.
AF.
Slick AF.
So yeah, it seems as though it's just a stoppage. But he's had to stop out on track after 9 laps. The session is red flagged. So that's the second red flag of the day. Mazepin stopping in the second sector. But as far as we're aware, it's literally just a problem with the car as opposed to any Mazepin references that I'm sure everybody is jumping on.
No, surely not.
No, I've never seen of that. No.
Whenever I hear that, all I can hear is Crofty. Is that a spin for Mazepin?
Mazepin. Did he actually say that, or is that edited?
Yeah, I think he did say it because he also said about the spin. Like my son told me that he's getting his own spin-off series. So he said that on Sky for sure.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Crofty, what are you doing?
Yeah, he knew what he was doing, old Crofty, didn't he?
He did.
He really did.
It'll be interesting to see how the chassis is different for the Haas this year, because Mazepin did say that was a big reason as to why he, especially in the first half of 2021, had so many spins here and there. It's because the chassis just wasn't right for him and the car.
Yeah.
And then Schumacher was given the chassis, and then Schumacher started having a few incidents here and there.
Yeah.
So, it follows. So we'll see what it's like this year. But yeah, I mean, I sound like a bit of a miserable person when I say like, I can't see them making a huge step forward. And
I'm completely the same opinion, and I'm a Schumi fanboy.
Yeah, but I don't know. Interestingly, Gene Haas was at the track yesterday, which is one of the first times. Well, we've seen him at the circuit for a long, long time. Obviously, at the end of last year, I don't know if I'll see if I can find the image on Twitter when they had to Photoshop Gene Haas's face onto somebody for the team photo.
Oh yeah.
Let me see if I can find that, because that is an amazing. Amazing picture.
Yeah, send it over and we'll showcase it. Right now it's a Joe slideshow. Love it.
A slideshow.
Oh
my God.
Wow, what am I doing?
I should have jumped on that. Oh, that's the highlight of the stream so far.
Wow.
Slideshow.
Unbelievable. That is incredible.
My goodness.
So right now, if you're just joining, red flag due to Nikita Mazepin stopping out on track after 9 laps on the board. As far as we're aware, it's not because of anything other than a car malfunction. So we'll wait to see the updated lap times, because right now it still says on the live timing that Mazepin has done 6 laps. Once that's updated, I will go through the accumulated lap times once again. Interesting. So, is Australia really going ahead? Says Rohan. I think so.
Yeah.
The understanding is, yeah. Sorry I'm late. Can you give a quick recap of this morning, says Hans? Sure. All right. So, Daniel Ricciardo, fastest this morning with a 1 minute 20.355. He has the car for the whole day. We haven't actually seen him, I don't think, this afternoon. Carlos Sainz, he was in this morning as well, P2, 20.546. We had a red flag due to Sergio Perez having a gearbox failure in the last sector, only a couple of corners from home. So they had to get the recovery truck out to collect that. And what else happened this morning? Not a huge amount. We had Hamilton in the car. He only managed 40 laps. Alfa Romeo really struggled this morning. Only 21 laps for Valtteri Bottas. So they continue their woes. And the whole conversation this morning was about porpoising. Porpoising. I think it's porpoise. You can say porpoise, can't you? Porpoising. Is that?
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah. Is that okay?
Porpoising. Yeah.
Porpoising. Well, the cars are bouncing up and down through the forces that the concept of the car is essentially allowing for the ride height to change so violently that the car's actually bouncing in certain areas of the track. So a lot of the teams, Alfa Romeo, Haas, even Mercedes potentially, are having to work through those issues. So that's kind of a morning roundup for you.
That is wonderful. Tommy has put the Gene Haas Photoshop into the WTF1, the Race Slack channel. So
hello.
You can have a look at that and see the incredible efforts that Haas went to make sure he was in the picture. But yeah, I'll be honest.
Did they
if I was Gene
actually
Haas,
think that was going to get they're going to get away with that? When was this picture taken?
Well, the team photo I think was probably taken in Abu Dhabi last year.
Yeah. I'd like to know who that person is because it's not Gene Haas.
Yeah, who's the poor one that had to be sacrificed in order for the photo?
Okay, we're gonna have a team photo, but you're not gonna be in it. What do you mean? I'm sat here. We're going to Photoshop Gene Haas over your face. In
fact, is it not Gunter's hands without the watch? It's the same.
Oh, it's the same
as Gunter.
It's the same person.
They've duplicated Gunter.
Oh my god. That's insane.
There's so many layers to this Photoshop.
Oh my god. Yeah, that is such a good point. They've taken the watch off of him.
Yeah.
That is incredible. They've got the same belt.
The body, same body.
Same body, same belt.
Nah, that is actually hilarious.
Incredible. Oh my god, that is amazing. Good. That is so good. Oh wow. I love it. I love it. It's the gift that keeps on giving.
It really is.
That's insane.
Wow. We should somehow Photoshop our faces onto this as well. So we're all there. We're all going to Steiner.
I think so. I think that'd be great.
Yeah. I saw Ollie's amazing Photoshop of the Ferrari hype train earlier.
Yeah. Brilliant.
And obviously we had the moustache ones from yesterday as well.
Whilst we've got the lull, I think I might put that back up. Just if people missed the Ferrari hype train picture.
Stunning pic.
Let me find it. What was it called that he sent it to me? I imagine it was probably called Hype or something.
Tommy's saying that there was an empty chair there and they just copied Gunter over.
That's insane. And they just tried to pass it along like it wasn't like they just rolled with it.
I'm like, yeah, nobody's going to notice this.
Unbelievable. That is amazing.
Also, I've never seen Gene Haas that happy. That was the instant, straight away, first red flag that this isn't real. Yeah. Gene Haas is actually smiling.
He looks far too high quality as well compared to everybody else.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't actually have that picture, and I think you would be Tommy WTF1 again. So if we want to show it again,
we'll see if Ollie can send it. Ollie did send it in the WhatsApp chat. If you want me to make a graphic up for it.
I mean, if you want to, there's not many other pictures to.
They still haven't had another one on XPV, so.
Yeah, absolutely. How's Vettel doing? Vettel is 32 laps into his afternoon session. He's done a 1 minute 24.355. He's 15th in the timings at the moment, and his fastest lap time was on the C2 tyre. So there you go. That is how Vettel is doing. 32 laps, pretty decent. But we await for the car to be retrieved for Haas, and then we get back underway. Green flag, less than 2.5 hours remaining. We just wait for that Haas. That Haas to get back in the pit so we can get her back underway. It's a shame because Haas were looking actually all right in terms of mileage today, and they were clocking up the laps. That will be problematic. And of course, if you're wondering, I did mention this morning when Perez stopped, but the red flag also doesn't stop the timer. We will finish at 5 p.m. UK time, 6 p.m. Spanish, no matter what. It's not like you must have 4 hours and we will stop it. Schumacher binned it? No, Mazepin had a problem, Jack. Not sure what that problem is, but it's definitely car related. He did not bin it. And right, here we go. Thank you very much, Katie, for the Ferrari hype train. If you missed it earlier, here it is again. Still nobody on the train. That's quite upsetting.
Well, I noticed there's like an old person that's sort of near the beginning bit. Maybe they're thinking about getting on the hype train.
Also, how enormous am I? Like, I reckon I must be about 8
Like-
foot tall if you put me in. If you put me in perspective, like that man stood next to the train, and I'm blooming enormous.
He's about the size of your like shin.
Yeah, it's insane.
Oh my goodness me, incredible.
But yeah, there you go. So Ferrari Hype Train, there are still tickets available. In fact, some people refunded their tickets after the Mattia Binotto comment about them not being the front runners. But I will still haul this train around even if I run out of fuel. So there is the image if you haven't seen it from earlier. I want to join the train, Matty, says Japex. Well, hop on board. As you can see, there is nobody. There's nobody on the train at the moment.
Somebody said, Stormzy W said, Photoshop Gunther Steiner onto the seats. Oh, that's incredible.
So yeah, there you go. There's the 8 foot tall train conductor, me. Lovely stuff. We are still waiting for... Let's go back to this one. I like this picture a lot. It's very cool. The top looking down aerial sort of shot of Guan Yu Zhou in his car. And... has it got underway yet? No, we haven't had any word of it being a green flag. Green light, Matt, not a green flag. We're not green flag racing. We're green light at the end of the pit lane. Wow. I'm into, that's a solid amount of time talking over the last 2 days. It's fine. Are you looking forward to you and Tommy doing the morning shift tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, it's very early. I don't have to tell you that because you've done it twice now. But yeah, I'm hoping that it'll be a good day. The weather is meant to be rainy.
Yeah.
So that could be really exciting. Get a chance to see what these cars are like. No, don't rain on my parade. No pun intended.
I think they probably will. They will run.
There.
And I don't know if you heard
should.
as well, the afternoon is supposed to be a rain session anyway, in the sense that they will wet the track.
Cool.
So that's the understanding, is that they will wet the track even if it is dry tomorrow for the afternoon. So when I come on, they will have wet the track one way or another. So that's quite cool.
One way or another. But yeah, that should be interesting to see how they get on in the wet. Because last year we had several wet races, one of which, can you even call it a race? The Belgian Grand Prix. But yeah, of course we saw rain in...
No, do not call that.
No, you can't. No, don't call that race. We won't even talk about it.
Not.
But yeah, we had Russia, didn't we? And Turkey, where Esteban Ocon just managed to stay on Inters the whole race.
The only time you can call the Belgian Grand Prix a race is when you're describing it as a disgrace.
I like it.
Boom. Mic drop.
Boom.
Lovely. That was actually really good.
It was. I'm proud of you.
I love how Josh from the race, he's obviously not been listening to our live testing update watch along, because he's just reminded me that Binotto said that we're not the strongest team. We are still the outsider, not the favourite.
He's rubbing salt in the wounds.
That's fine. It's not like I was trying to pretend. Like, literally, he's put that in there, and he's probably replied to that after seeing the Ferrari Hype Train picture that's in that channel. He's gone, no, let me remind Matt, the Hype Train conductor.
Bring him back down to earth. Incredible work. Thank you, Josh.
The train will not be leaving the station. Thank you for bringing me back down to reality, Josh. I appreciate that. Right. What happened to Red Bull today? They were going well until Perez. I say well, they were going reasonably okay. And then Perez...
The session is live again.
We've got a problem. It's green light.
Green flag. Woohoo!
Green flag, green lights, green everything. We haven't seen the Haas return, says the race, on their live text updates, which you can find in the description below. But the session is back underway. So whilst we allow for some drivers, I'm sure, to get onto their outlaps, I am going to give a shout out, and I'm so sorry you're going to become Tom Bellingham again, but that's because it's something I have to give a shout out to, and it is the WTF1 Clubhouse, Team WTF1. Whoop, whoop, whoop. If you want to join Team WTF1, there is a link in the description. We give you lots of exclusive content and access. We're doing a gaming competition at some point in the near future where myself and 19 others are going to be racing on F1 2021. Competitions, prizes are going to be available, both to the winner and also probably to something else that's crazy and doesn't require skill, which is good for people like me. I wouldn't obviously win the prize, but you know what I mean. But then also you get live podcasts straight after the race. Well, not straight after the race, but that next day we do a live podcast purely for Team WTF1 members. and plenty of other stuff as well, Q&As, etc., and exclusive events like this one, the Clubhouse at the British Grand Prix between the 30th of June and the 4th of July. You can camp with us. Myself, Tommy, and Casey will be there. I mean, the pictures from that you're seeing are from last year, and it was awesome. This year is going to be
so cool.
3 times as big. We're going to have pub quizzes, simulators. We're going to have literally everything you could possibly wish for at a camping experience. Hot water, nice like toilets, showers. There's going to be nice glamping tents. There's going to be cabins if you want to upgrade yourself to that. There's drinks. There's a DJ. There's pub quiz. I think I've already said that. There's Q&As about what's
just
gone
loving
on.
the pub quiz. You're really keen about it.
I loved being the quiz master. I'm not going to lie.
You're very good.
Oh, thank you. But yeah, lots of stuff going on. I haven't even begun to describe it. Jenga, cornhole. There's everything you could possibly wish for.
Cornhole was game changer. I'm not going to lie.
And everything. So be sure to go to WTF1.com/clubhouse. And you can check out some more information there and maybe book your tickets and come camp with us. So, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, do it.
Boom. Do it.
Right, it was so much fun last year.
Let's go back to this Joe picture because we've
got some more images now.
We've got some more images.
XPB have come back from maybe the red flag.
Come in clutch. Right, send us over whatever you got because I fancy it. Let's do it.
No worries.
So, there's a big question over who's going to hit 100 laps first. Chat, let me know. Is it going to be Gasly? Is it going to be Ocon?
Or is it going to be
Sainz and Leclerc together? Gasly's on 91. Ocon is on 90. Actually, he's on 92 now. So Gasly and Ocon are both on 92. And Sainz and Leclerc combined are on 71 plus 18. They're on 89. Who do you think is going to hit to 100 first? That is the main question.
Gasly, I reckon. That's where my money would be.
That's where my money was right at the start of the day.
Started the hype train.
I'll see you guys at the clubhouse. Any plans for food? Says Mark O'Neill. Yeah, we have catering there as well. Like you can get breakfast, lunch. Breakfast. I'm pretty sure we're up. Definitely breakfast and dinner. And I think you get lunch at the track. But we'll. You can confirm all that sort of stuff. But yes, there will be food at the campsite, for which you can purchase to your heart's content. What happened to Tommy? His voice seems more high pitched than normal.
Tom Bellingham.
Oh wow! Has anyone used the C5 yet? I believe they've been out, but I don't think we've seen any representative lap times with the use of the C5. Matt, why do you hate Perez so much? I don't hate him at all, Dale. It's just it seems as though criticism and being like, oh, he could have done better in this race. A lot of people are passionate, and I get that. It happens in every sport when someone that you love gets slated by someone else. You go, why do you hate him so much? I don't. I think Perez, and if you actually look back to the content in which we did prior to the start of the 2021 season, I was very excited for Perez to be at Red Bull, and I genuinely thought he was going to do really well. And I thought, it was disappointing. It was more out of disappointment where the criticism came from. But I don't think it was unfair criticism. And at the end of the day, he won Max the World Championship. So can you really question much in terms of his team's performance? No. But I think generally from a solo perspective, he could have done better last year. Okay. A picture. There you go. Carlos Sainz on track. Boom. What a gorgeous, beautiful thing that Carlos Sainz machinery is. The Ferrari number 55. What tyre is he on there? That looks like a white. That looks like a C4 in my opinion, with the white brackets. And he's out on track. Good to see that we are not still under red flag conditions.
No, very much so. There's also some pictures of Hamilton coming through as well. Good to see him back in the pit lane. He was doing some spying on the teams yesterday as he was walking to his Mercedes garage, which very much giving off Inspector Seb kind of vibes, but I think he's just like most of us. He's just curious to see what everybody else is getting up to, because the range of designs and modifications and upgrades that the teams have got is been absolutely fascinating. Like, I will just say I'm not a technical expert, but you can see that some teams have gone for such dramatic different designs. And I mean, the Ferrari side pods and the Red Bull side pods are two completely different designs. They're two sort of extremes of each other. But hey, one of them will maybe work, the other one won't. Maybe they'll both work. Maybe they both won't work.
Got some information sorry, Casey, got some information on the Haas and why it broke down. The on-track stop was caused by a damaged fuel pump. So that is the reason for Mazepin coming to a halt out on track. I wonder how quickly that will take to fix. Was there a red flag? Yes, there was, Jacob, and that was due to Mazepin. You didn't warn us of NSFW. Wait, what? What was it? Oh, what, the Ferrari? That's probably what I was like. Wait, what? What just happened?
What did we say? What did we do?
Back for the afternoon session, despite the times not mattering too much. Nice to see McLaren topping the list. Yep. Wonder if they'll stay that way. We saw Lando obviously take the fastest time yesterday, right at the end. So, yeah, it's good stuff. Hey, Matt and Katie, what's the story of WTF1 and the race becoming sister companies? I've got to admit, I didn't know until yesterday. It's difficult to put it in a small nutshell, but essentially the race media, the company, bought WTF1 as a brand a year and a half ago, and we've been part of the same umbrella ever since. So there you go. That's in a nutshell what it is, and it's very exciting to be alongside those guys because they are they're brilliant.
They're pros.
They're pros, and we are wingers. They're pros and we're plebs. That's basically how it works.
Oh, it's a little bit true.
But good plebs. That's why people like us. That's right.
Yeah, exactly. Good. They are super professional journalists. We are more of the fan side of things. We all working in perfect harmony.
The race is on between Gasly and Ocon, both 95 laps on the board. Who will hit 100? Gasly or Ocon? Go.
Gasly.
Ooh, Gasly.
It's the battle of the French.
43% thought Ricciardo, and Ricciardo he has been out. He's on 77 laps now. I'm going to find out who's out on track right now. Who is out on track? Oh, what's that picture you've just sent me? That is intriguing.
Is that the Haas one?
Yeah. That's a very cool picture. I vibe with that.
Isn't it?
Do you like that picture, chat? I think that looks really cool.
Looks very snazzy.
Very cool indeed.
Got some pictures of Mazepin heading back to the garage as well after his getting stuck out on track.
The race are the professionals. WTF1 are the personalities.
Oh, thank you.
I'd probably rather be a professional, but here we are.
We're professional in our own little way.
Oh dear, good stuff. 21.7 for Leclerc. Is that what's happening? Is that what's happened? Leclerc, yeah, 21.7. Yes, 22 laps on the board for the Ferrari driver. And he did that on the C2 tyre. 1 minute 21.764 moves him up to P5. There's a question, actually. Here we go. Has there been any drivers trying to follow closely behind other cars, and has it looked like the desired effect of the new regs in terms of cars being able to follow closely has been working? Drivers were asked during the lunch break about this. F1 champion Max Verstappen said, "It seems a little easier to stay behind. I don't expect it to be fully gone, but it all seems a bit more under control." Hype! Hype! Oh my
we
God!
need an alarm.
It's Michael Scott vibes. Oh my God, it's happening.
Everybody stay calm.
Oh my
What's the
God.
procedure, everybody? Stay effing calm.
Oh my God.
I think I've watched The Office. I'm probably on my 6th time now.
Oh.
I love it. It's one of my favorite. Like, just pop it on in the background, or if you're having your dinner, just watch The Office. I love it so much.
Yeah. The Office is top tier. But oh my God, Verstappen actually thinks it was a bit easier. Oh my God. Obviously, the F1 were never promising that it would be gone completely, were they? So, there is clearly, we have to allow for some variation and a little bit of downforce loss. But look, if Verstappen thinks it's a bit easier, I am fully on the hype train. Let's get back on it. I'm rebranding the Ferrari hype train to just overtake hype train. That's the dream. I absolutely love The Office, says Eve. Good stuff. You've got good taste.
Very good taste. Seen a few comments as well of people asking if Drive to Survive are in Barcelona. They are in Barcelona. They have been doing some filming. Toto Wolff was zooming around the paddock yesterday on his scooter, which they were making sure to pick up. But yeah, of course, the new season of Drive to Survive drops March 11th, which is in the middle of the Bahrain test. So have to wait and see what that's like. I do enjoy Drive to Survive, but I think especially after season 3, a lot of fans have had to sort of realize that it might not be the perfect show that they all maybe thought in the first few seasons, because obviously we saw so many audio clips that were being used out of context, whether that was Norris and Carlos battling on track when Lando was saying things which looked like he was saying it to Carlos, but he was saying it to Perez in like a completely different race. And obviously the whole Grosjean episode, I'm still not a big fan of. But yeah, I mean, generally it's a nice, refreshing take on F1. And after the drama that happened last season, my goodness, there's going to need to be like 30 episodes rather than 10. So yeah, we shall see.
Easily an episode a race, if not more. I mean, you need about 5 episodes, I think, for Abu Dhabi alone. So,
yeah,
good stuff. Netflix want exclusive rights. I don't think that's the case, but lots of rumours going around about why this is a closed testing session. Nothing that we can confirm though, so we will just leave it at that. With no live coverage, what stops a team testing an innovation like DAS this week and not using it next test without any team noticing, even though it might be illegal? I mean, the point is that they would only use an innovation. I mean, they have to test firstly the innovation works, and just because there's no actual live coverage doesn't mean there isn't the onboards for teams to evaluate information and things like that. So I wouldn't say that it doesn't make any sense for Formula One teams to try something that they know is definitely going to be illegal. There's just no point. It's just a waste of resource, especially if with the era of the cost cap, they have a certain amount, they have a budget, they can't go past that. So they have to try it out as well. Like they have to test it at some point to see if the innovation is even worth keeping on the car. So hopefully that answers your question. Will the Red Bull be back on track? Not sure, Rohit. Not sure just yet. We will see. What are the unconfirmed rumours? Well, the rumours have been going around about the testing, and Bahrain apparently having the paying for rights to only show official testing and essentially not allowing Barcelona to. That is just rumours. That's not something that's been confirmed by anybody. Obviously, that is the main thing that's gone around social media and within some of the paddock, but F1 hasn't confirmed, so you can't say that that's the case. It's just merely hearsay at this point.
Merely speculation.
Exactly. Ocon's on 99 laps.
It's going to happen.
Gasly's on 98. Ocon is going to do it.
Ocon's
surely.
Going to do it. Oh.
Damn it! That means I just realised it was Tommy versus me. Down to the wire. Oh, Ocon, no, you need to come into the pits, my friend. Ocon, box the slap, Ocon. Esteban, please. Oh, God damn it. Please. No, don't let Tommy win. I thought I was going to win. This means the world to me. This means the world to me that I beat Tommy.
This means the world to you.
It does.
No, never.
Oh, dear.
It's going to be okay because I'm sending a really sexy image of the Aston Martin, so you can get over it.
Oh, dear. First, Ferrari aren't going to be able to compete. But now I've lost to Tommy as well, for God's sake. What a joke. And everybody thought Danny Rick, but he's only on 80 laps for Danny Rick. Ocon is absolutely pumping the laps in, and his neck is going to be pumping as well by the end of today. But still, I think 147 for Verstappen yesterday is going to be a difficult milestone to beat. Alpine will have to do some solid running still in the next 2 hours and 7 minutes if they want to beat that. But still at the top, Ricciardo the fastest with a 1 minute 20.355 ahead of Sainz, 20.546. Gasly, 20.764. And then we're into the 21s for Albon, Leclerc, Latifi, Stroll, Schumacher. 22s for Russell, Bottas, Perez, Hamilton. 24s. Oh, actually, no, that's going to update shortly, but Vettel has improved to 13th. Not sure what his lap time is just yet. Ocon, 14th with a 23.2. Zhou, 23.8. And then Mazepin, who was stopped out on track and did a 25.5 as his best lap. I believe that is going to update shortly, is it? It still says 99. Oh, my God. Surely Gasly's he's going to do it. Come on, the Gaz.
Foot on the gas.
So out at the moment, on track is Ricciardo, Gasly, Leclerc, Latifi, Russell, Vettel, Ocon and Zhou. So it's a very busy track at the moment, which is always very exciting. And maybe we'll see some updates. How many laps for Vettel? So for Hamilton, who's not running anymore, he's done 40 laps. Vettel has done 37 laps so far today. Ocon, 99. Guan Yu Zhou, 34, and Mazepin, 9, because I know those are the ones that you can't see the laps for on screen. So hopefully that answers your question. No access to team radio, no Asher. There's no coverage whatsoever from a media standpoint, apart from for Formula One posting their best bits every day. See what other things people are saying. Have you guys thought about doing a Drive to Survive watch along? Potentially, Danny. I am in chats and talks with Netflix to see what we can do around Drive to Survive next month, which will be very exciting. We want to do as much as we possibly can for it. So look out for any content we do for that. Where do you get your info about who's on track and how many laps they've completed? Henry, if you look at the in the description below, you'll see the live text updates link. The race is part of the company we are also a part of, so we have communication with them. We can ask them questions about who's out on track and things like that, and basically get the hot off the press stuff from those guys, as well as getting pictures from XPB. Speaking of XPB, have we got anything else to?
Yeah, I've been sending you loads.
Oh, I apologise.
Yes. That's all right. No worries.
Boom.
I mean,
Boom.
I'm just always gonna
Boom.
pop them in the chat.
Yes, you have. Sorry, I must have been accidentally
That's
opening them as I was. There's Nikita Mazepin on track. Obviously, before he conked out, you got Sebastian Vettel in that AMR. Beautiful.
It's stunning, isn't it? I think that might be, in my opinion,
out of 10
the best
lower.
looking car.
No, 0.1 out of 10 lower than Ferrari.
No.
Give it a 9.9. And Ferrari
the Ferrari's
gets 10.
Nice, but to me,
Don't you say but, don't you dare.
Look like they've been punched by the Hulk or something. They're just too deep.
What? And with the Aston Martin, you're going to be getting your flipping cheddar and putting it over your
cheese grater.
Yeah, your toast.
True.
No, to be fair, the shape of the Aston Martin is slightly more appealing.
It's a bit more sleek.
But I feel like the fanboy bonus gives me plus 0.5 for all Ferrari ratings. So
this is true.
Yeah, but no, there's no doubt that the Aston Martin is absolutely unbelievable. Such a nice looking car.
You can see they've got some high vis
Ocon 100.
on the floor. Oh, he's done it. Why are you
well
clapping?
Done,
that
Tommy.
means Tommy won.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, okay.
I don't care. I'm being a gracious loser. I don't care.
Oh, that's very good of you. Very, very good.
So,
but I was going to say, you can see the high vis on the floor of the Aston, and it kind of blends in with the other neon green paint design they've got.
So Ocon's on 103 laps now, 105 actually, according to this. Gasly is on 99. God, that was a slow lap, Gasly. Come on. And Ferrari's on 97 and Aston on 94. Interesting stuff. So, well done to Ocon. Maybe we'll see something slightly quicker than a 23.2 at some point, now that he's reached over a century of laps, 105 laps with just over 2 hours remaining. Easily could get to the Verstappen length, but it depends how much running Alpine want to do. Because I guess there is a case of too much at some point when you stress the engine a little bit too much. But I guess if he's going around a couple of seconds slower than what, or I say a few more than that seconds than what the car's capable of, then maybe it's not stressing it out too much.
This is very true. The ex-PB lot have been doing some spying in the paddock, and they have spotted Eduardo. And I know that you've got stick for saying his surname wrong, so
here we go.
Freitas.
I've learnt now. It's Freitas. Yeah.
Freitas, who is one of the new FIA race directors. He is currently hanging around in the paddock in Barcelona, learning his way around. I'll get a picture if people want to see what he looks like, because he is going to be a very important figure in this new year of Formula One. So get to know what he looks like.
Sorry, I'm just coughing because drink went down the wrong hole.
Oh dear, that's
good point. Good point. Lovely. I was like, oh God.
I could have said absolutely anything at that point.
I'm like, fantastic point, Casey. Yeah, Ferrari are mudded. Oh, unbelievable. What a point. Great stuff. So well done to Ocon for hitting that over a century of laps. These teams are, well, I was going to say all of them are bulletproof, but maybe not Red Bull and Haas, at least today. We were saying, we haven't had a car stop on track, and now we've had two. And two red flags today, both Mazepin and Perez, but no one has binned it. At least we saw a picture of Max Verstappen going off into the gravel yesterday.
Schumacher did the same yesterday.
Schumacher as well, but no one's binned it, which is good news for their careers and for the teams that are trying to do a lot of mileage.
It is. Lots of people still asking for clarification of what happened to Sergio Perez earlier. So if you are just tuning in, had a gearbox issue on the exit of turn 13 with about half an hour left on the clock this morning, but nothing too bad, just a gearbox issue. But I don't think he's out on track again since then. So it's clearly an issue that has been a bit of a pain for Red Bull to fix. Which is a shame because yesterday his teammate Max Verstappen managed to get the most laps out of anyone. So people will be claiming that the Red Bull curse is already back.
They will indeed. Let's speak about something that someone asked earlier today: speed trap figures, and we've just been getting some insights. So the fastest in the speed trap is Pierre Gasly, 326 kilometers per hour. Then it's Mick Schumacher, 323 kilometers per hour. Albon, 317 kph. Perez, 316. Bottas, 315. Sainz, 313. Stroll, 312. Ricciardo, 309. Hamilton, 309. Ocon, 296. So that suggests to me that the Alpine is not running anywhere near full beans. And they are just
I hope not.
circulating.
No, at those times.
Circulating.
Got the Haas quicker than you.
So yeah, obviously that would lean towards engine modes, fuel loads, and also setup as well. But clearly Alpine very much putting the priority on just doing laps on laps, and let's see if it'll work out for them.
Indeed. Let's see. Well, it doesn't matter at the end of the day if the speed trap you might not be the fastest through the speed trap. You know, they're, like they said, there's all sorts of reasons for that. Ocon might be currently on a full fuel load of 110 kgs of fuel, so that might be why he's slightly slower.
Definitely, I mean, he's definitely got the wick turned down. I think if he's 30 kph behind Gasly, that's quite a gargantuan amount of time. It might also be that DRS usage, not using DRS, can also impact your top speed quite a lot. It's quite a long straight down towards turn 1 at Spain. So if they're not using DRS, that can easily impact the kph quite drastically. So and that's the whole reason for not taking times too seriously, unless it's Ferrari at P1. Then we take it seriously. Okay, good. You must take Ferrari seriously. Good, cool. Gasly still hasn't hit 100 according to this, which I need to see that 199 laps. I feel like the race guys are doing this on purpose. I feel like they're trolling us, trolling me in fact, because Gasly was my pick. They'll just leave him on 99 for the rest of the day, and I won't be very happy. Other drivers out there, let me find out who is on track at the moment. We've got Oh, that's a lovely picture of the Merc right there. Take a look at that Merc. Are we a fan? Chat still? Mercedes? I'm still properly on the hype train. I think it's a decent looking car. I'd almost give it a 9 out of 10 at this point for the livery and the shape and how it looks. I think it looks really nice. Of course, that is George Russell in the car there. Are we still on that same level, or does it split opinion because it is a different design? I can see how some people may not like the teal and the red and how it all comes together, but I'm a big fan.
I'm a big fan of it. Yeah, I did like the black on the Mercedes. You know, not only the message it had behind it, but visually it was a stunning livery. But yes, as a Nico Rosberg, ex-Nico Rosberg fangirl, I have so many fond memories of supporting the Silver Arrows and having all these Mercedes moments with them in a silver car. So I quite like the transition back to the silver. But yeah, it's a lovely livery. I know that Tommy was a little bit unsure with the red and the Patronus greeny blue teal aqua color. But yeah, it is a stunning livery. I don't know if you've had it, but whenever I've been to the Mercedes factory, they hand out these little covers for your phone, right? So if you're going for a factory tour, you can't sneakily take some snaps, send them to Christian Horner or whatever. And even then, like the detail that Mercedes go into, the covers for the back of your phone are that perfect Patronus bluey green color. Like they obviously have a hex code for it or something like that, but yeah, the level of detail that they go into with all of their branding, it is pretty intense, and they make them in like the paint shop on the site there, so it is all very, very clever how they all work like that. So
yeah, definitely. We were speaking about the illegal parts, and Hannah, our one of our colleagues on the WTF1 side, she's messaged saying, Matt's point about illegal parts in testing, there's no scrutineering. So in 2013, Caterham and Williams ran small bits of illegal bodywork to divert exhaust gases towards the diffuser to allow them to gain a better understanding of how other teams were benefiting from doing it within the regulations. That is a very, very interesting bit of insight there. Thank you, Hannah. And hopefully that gives you a bit of an idea as well that where teams may well just run illegal bits that they haven't worked out how they're going to make it actually happen, but they wanted to see the end result and how much performance it gives. So that is very interesting. As for who's out on track, Esteban Ocon and Guan Yu Zhou are the only two out on track, which means, oh my God, have they left Gasly out there on 99 laps? Oh, Lord. I've just seen on the race live updates, again, if you want to see them for yourself, the link is in the description. Apparently, there is still no sign of Red Bull. Though Mazepin was the last among today's driver lineups that have taken to the track earlier on, we are still waiting to see one team this afternoon, Red Bull. No news yet from the team, though it did earlier confirm the problem that forced Perez to stop on track was gearbox related. They haven't seen them. Interesting. So I wonder if that is their afternoon done and dusted. I do wonder.
Bish bash bosh.
That'll be, from such a great first day to 38 laps today with Perez. It's not exactly ideal, is it?
It's not, no. I don't know if it's going to be of any interest to people watching the stream, but I have sent you some images because both of the FIA race directors are in the paddock. And I believe, I need to fact check this, but I believe the other gentleman that is with them is Bruno Correa, who is the Formula E safety car driver, and Alan van der Meer, who was previously the safety car driver, has said that he won't be taking part this year because Formula One have got these strict new vaccine rules and he hasn't had his COVID vaccine. So he's kind of bowed out from that position. So I believe that is Bruno hanging out with the race directors, who I assume will take Alan's place.
Interesting.
But yes, we have, try and get these pronunciations right. Eduardo Freitas. And Nels Vitch. I'm guessing is how that's pronounced.
Is it Niels?
Nilsvich?
We don't have to put the accent on.
No, I know, but I want to do it justice if it is correct.
Yeah, but we're English. It's fine.
Neil Wittich. That's not how it's pronounced.
Yeah, but then to be fair,
to be
fair, do you call Sebastian Vettel Sebastian Vettel then? Because that's how
Vettel.
Vettel. It's an F.
Vettel.
There you go. So yeah.
I start saying all the names professionally.
Yeah, but the guy in the middle, Eduardo Freitas, for those that don't know, he does not allow any sort of BS. He apparently absolutely despises anyone going off track limits. So he'll be very much on the case about that. And I've heard, don't quote me on this, but it's something around, he'll say before every race, don't ruin my garden, which I think is very quite a funny thing, because obviously he doesn't want drivers to go and run out wide. So he looks badass as well. Eduardo does, and he's got quite a bit of experience to go along with it as well. He's done the WEC, hasn't he?
He has, and I think in the WTF1 video I saw, doesn't he volunteer as marshal in his spare time?
I think it was him. It's one of them. It's one or the other. One of the two race directors. Sorry, you looked confused there. You were just like glossed over.
I saw a message in one of the Slack channels, and I think Vandermeer was the medical car driver, not the safety car driver. But I don't know. Maybe it is Bruno. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just
Luke put in the chat. Katie Vandermeer was. I thought that was the full name. Is that it starts with?
That
Katie.
is me now. I've got a different surname. We need to change my thing on the WTF1 watch along.
Katie Vandermeer. There you go. Boom.
That's me.
Right, keeping you up to date with what's going on. As I say, no sign of Red Bull at the moment. Gasly has officially gone over 100 laps. He's done 102. Ocon, in the meantime, 112 laps now in that Alpine. Still hasn't improved on his fastest lap time. Still sat in 14th. Let me run you through 12th down to 16th, because I know you can't see it on the screen. So Hamilton, not out there this afternoon. 40 laps run. 1 minute 22.562 on the C2 tyre is his best lap time. Vettel in the Aston Martin, 22.840. Both actually on the C2 as well. 42 laps run. Ocon, 1 minute 23.280. C2 tyre, 112 laps run. Guan Yu Zhou in the Alfa Romeo, 23.808. C2 tyre, 42 laps. And finally, Nikita Mazepin, 9 laps, 25.514 on the C2, but he stopped out on track, so don't expect to see him anytime soon. The latest live text update is that Guan Yu Zhou is on track and that they don't want to see any floating helmet and tyre jokes at all. So that's fair. That's fair. I haven't made any camo jokes, actually, to be fair. In fact, the Australian Grand Prix made a joke yesterday about it, and I didn't get it. It flew straight over my head.
I did see that. I'm not going to lie.
Absolute disgrace. Can't believe it.
So it's like, is it not because it's camo? Oh,
like,
yeah.
But the fact that they felt like they had to explain it, I don't feel like I was the only person that misunderstood it.
Oh, yeah, this is true.
Does Alpine
Maybe
have
what
DRS
time was
issue?
it? Was it early in the morning?
Yeah.
You use that as your excuse.
Yeah, I'll use anything as my excuse. It's fine. Does Alpine have DRS issue? I cannot confirm that, Vuck. I will ask, is there any word on Alpine having a DRS issue? I'll ask the question, see what people say down on the ground in Barcelona. There's Nicholas Latifi in the Williams. Definitely looks nicer than the car that they launched for their official presentation. Scott Mitchell is on the case around Alpine and Esteban Ocon. So we will let you know as soon as I get word that asking about Alpine and seeing if there is some sort of DRS issue there, because that would be the biggest pointer, I suppose, is either engine mode or the DRS not opening. So we're asking that question for you. Show us Alpine. Do we have a picture of Alpine?
No worries. I can pull some pictures of Alpine up. No problem.
Let's get a picture of Alpine. That will be lovely. That'll be lovely.
The more I see this livery on track, the more it is growing on me. I'm really excited to see the full pink version. I know that a lot of people are like, oh God, it's so ugly. But I've just realized, you know, the saying, you don't know what you've got until it's gone.
Yeah.
I think that's very much me with the Racing Point livery. I do miss it a lot. It was just so bright and vibrant.
Yeah.
And I do miss it a lot.
But then again, you're going to get some sort of pink livery in the first two races. I don't like it anywhere near as much as the Racing Point livery.
No,
because it just
it's a bit of a
Poundland
version of a Gucci livery, you know.
Yeah,
but
it's not far off that, to be fair.
No.
Yeah, it's just. I think Tommy describes it very well and says it just looks like the pink has swallowed the Alpine livery as opposed to actually, merging nicely with it.
Like
There's
a
jagged
Venom
edges
situation.
that I do not like at all. And yeah, it's not fun. So yeah, it's a shame really because some cars look unbelievable, but then it means that if any team get the livery wrong, they stand out like a sore thumb. What happened to Perez? So if you're just joining, he had a gearbox
we need like
problem.
a thing at the bottom, like an ongoing banner to be like Perez
soundbite.
Stop.
This is what happened
track.
to Perez. He had a gearbox problem and then stopped on track.
And he's not gone back out.
So has Nikita Mazepin. He had a problem and caused
with
a
the
red
fuel
flag.
pump.
Yeah, fuel pump problem.
Fuel pump.
Fuel pump. So yes, Danny Rick still sits at the top of the day 2 times. He is out there as well. 91 laps completed now. Danny Rick moving towards that century of laps. Pierre Gasly already surpassed that. Ferrari as a team, 32 plus 71 is 103 laps. So Ferrari as a team have moved past that century mark again. 2 days in a row now for Ferrari, and they are certainly the team in the lead if we look at the mileage standings. George Russell, 30 laps on the board, 21.890, his best time on the C2 tyre in P6. So yeah, not the biggest of mileage today from Mercedes. They may even struggle to reach a century of laps today. Hour and 3/4 to go until the end of day 2 testing at Barcelona.
I remember last year we had conversations after testing, you know, is this going to be a really difficult year for Mercedes because they also had some issues, and Hamilton even spun during one of the sessions, but who knows why they're not racking up as many laps as their rivals today and yesterday, but I'm sure it's nothing to worry about.
Yeah, exactly. It's an interesting one. You'd imagine there have been some gremlins because I don't think Mercedes would choose to not run as many laps as the likes of Alpine, etc. It is a bit of a guessing game, as you know. I'm sure a lot of people have understood by now that Formula One is, and you just have to try and figure out as much as you can from the information that the teams give you. But you have to imagine with these new cars, you want as many laps as you possibly can in them, in a feasible manner. Of course, you don't want to be breaking everything because you've done 500 laps a day. That's not physically possible. But yeah, you want to get a handle of this new beast. And only 6 days of testing. Well, technically, officially, only 3 days of testing at Bahrain and 3 shakedown. But still, it's not a lot of time considering, you know, you go back 20 years, not even, 15 years, and it was unlimited testing. You could do Michael Schumacher did 200 days of testing a year. It'd just be pumping round laps around Fiorano all the time. I think I told this story yesterday, but I feel like it was Imola where he wasn't happy with the car setup out of qualifying. That's what I want to say. He wasn't happy at the car setup out of qualifying, or maybe it was practice, one or the other. And he actually flew back to Fiorano, did more laps, and then came back the next day for the race or for qualifying. I can't remember which one it was, which is insanity. You know, that's the kind of lengths that Formula One teams will go to nail down a setup. Whereas now, 6 days of preseason testing, that's it. You're done. You can go and sit in your simulator for as much as you want, but that's never the same. It's never the same, as shown by the fact that in pretty much all team simulations, none of them thought this porpoising thing, this bouncing up and down thing would happen. which just shows, the simulations, they're helpful for certain things in controlled environments, but not for everything. It all changes when you go out on track.
It does, yeah. Although, these multi-million pound simulators might seem like they have the answers to everything, it can never 100% simulate what it will be like when you actually get out on track into the real world, and have all those variable conditions that sometimes you just can't replicate in a simulator. So
Daily porpoise report, says Ethan.
Porpoise.
We've not spotted any because there's no footage, but be sure to check out the WTF1 YouTube channel later, where we explain porpoising, whatever you want to call it, and the bouncing of the cars, and kind of explain why it's doing what it's doing to the best of our ability. I love the Sochi track, would hate to see it leave. I don't think anyone's ever said that in the entirety of Formula One history. I would not blink. I've not bat an eyelid. That's the word. That's the phrase, even. If we never went out to Sochi
not
again.
blink.
I would not blink once. Wait,
I would never blink.
I would not bat an eyelid. Too bad we can't see what porpoising is.
Well, it was meant to be the last time we were in Sochi anyway, wasn't it? Because we're moving to St. Petersburg next year.
Absolutely.
In theory.
I saw some McLaren shots. Are these new shots? Are these?
These are all ones, that have been uploaded to the XPB Media Gallery recently. So
haven't seen a McLaren in a while. So there you go, chat. Still looks relatively washed out in the sun.
Yeah, I'm still really disappointed by the McLaren livery. Like, I see what they were trying to do, because I love the Gulf last year, and they've tried to embrace that color palette and bring back the pastel blue and the neon orange, but I just don't like it. I'm just not a fan.
I've just had some... here we go. This is the kind of insight, this is the kind of knowledge you guys have tuned in for. We've heard some messages from Gary Anderson at the race. He's at turn 1, we think, but this is the feedback he's given. The Alpha, as in, I assume that's it's the Alfa Romeo, Alpha Tauri, Aston Martin, all look okay. Alpine, a bit bouncy, but nothing like what Gary has seen in the past. McLaren and Ferrari look okay. Alpha and Alpha, so both Alphas, with the DRS open, all others closed. So that's interesting. A bit of information as to what people are doing on their run plans. Alpine looking a bit bouncy. I think that's the main thing that I've taken from that. Katie, what's happening with your video? What's going on? Oh, now you're muted. What's happening? Oh, we can't hear you now. What are you doing? Katie has broken everything. You're talking and I can't hear you. Why are you still talking? I cannot hear you.
Oh, God. Okay.
What happened?
My internet just crapped itself and shut everything down. Like, my laptop almost just reset itself. But I'm back now.
That was great.
That was intense. I was messaging on Slack I don't know what's happened.
That's great to see. So Mazepin is actually back out. Worth mentioning. He's just gone back out and has done a lap time of a 23.524 and improved to 15th, displacing Guan Yu Zhou, who will now drop to the bottom of the leaderboard in terms of times. Mazepin back out on track at the moment, which is pretty good work from the Haas team to get that all sorted and get him back out once again. No word on Red Bull. So the milestones for Ferrari, AlphaTauri and Aston Martin and Alpine have all hit over 100 laps for the day. So that's pretty good going. So even Aston Martin. So Stroll did 55 laps and Vettel has done 45. So exactly 100 laps so far for Aston Martin, who are going to be praying for a decent season this year after, a couple of standout performances. Obviously, Vettel getting disqualified in Hungary, but having that podium as well in Baku was amazing for Vettel. Mazepin has in fact improved even more and gone to a 22.429, putting himself between Perez and Hamilton and up to P12. So 12 laps Mazepin has done so far on a 22.429, which is half a second slower than his teammate achieved, who is up in 9th. Is Katie still there? Let's see. Nope, can't hear you. You've got...
I am
there
still here, sorry.
She is. Lovely stuff.
I'm still here. I'm just shocked at the fact that Mazepin has got a faster lap time than Lewis Hamilton at the moment. That's my headline at the moment.
Absolutely.
but it's a bit unfair.
I'm going to change the poll. What should we poll? You choose.
I can see the chat has finally clocked on to the fact that my surname can be used in certain ways. People saying Katie isn't. Where was the one that came back? I don't think Katie is giving the McLaren a fair go, man. Being like fair man.
Nice.
Scott Finley, yes. Don't worry,
clever.
I've had many. That's not fair, man. My whole life.
That isn't. I've never even said that. That's going to be something I have to integrate from now on.
Yeah, that's happened. People have begun to.
That's not fair, man.
That's
Katie,
not fair,
that's not fair,
man.
No, that's good. I like that a lot.
It is good. Thanks, Dan.
You should not have told. You should not have told us. That is something that's going to now continue for the rest of time.
Fantastic.
So Ricciardo very close to 100 laps now. 98 laps for Danny Rick in the McLaren. Still top of the timesheets at the moment. As it stands, McLaren top in the timesheets from both day 1 and day 2. That would be quite the achievement for McLaren.
Oh my goodness, what is going on in the chat? Everyone is going intense with the surname puns. This is amazing. Unfair man. Yeah. Katie Chairman.
Chairman.
And then people would Noah Harrison. Pineapple on pizza.
Yeah, I agree, Ethan. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, pineapple on pizza. Yeah, I agree there.
Pineapple. I'm doing it.
It's a great name, to be fair, man. Oh, I like that one. That's a good one. Fair play, man. Oh,
right.
Gosh.
We've just asked the question. Pineapple on pizza? Let's see.
Katie, no, that's not fair, man. These are funny. I like them a lot.
Why are you waffling? Rohan, you've literally joined an F1 testing update live stream. What do you expect? 8 hours of pure, unadulterated information? Is that what you're after? Oh, God. We're losing the pineapple. Come on, Pineapple Warriors.
What? No.
You can't let us lose this.
What?
This battle. Hello, the race, who is in the chat as well.
Hi, the race.
A short view back to the past. 39% say yes. Come on. We need 50. I need at least a 50-50 split here. You have to believe in pineapple on pizza. It's unreal.
Pineapple on pizza deserves jail time. Oh, well,
no, it does not.
Give me a life sentence then.
No, it doesn't. Anyway, back to Formula One. Scott Mitchell on Alpine. He's got this from the race live updates, which you can get in the description below. There have been murmurs. Alpine had a DRS issue yesterday. Alonso was slow in the speed traps as he didn't use the DRS as a precaution, the team say. Not sure whether that's continued into today, though. It'd make perfect sense if it has.
Why would you not use the DRS? Why would you, as a precaution?
I guess because if it fails, they then can't run the car. Because obviously if it stays open, then they won't be able to do any laps because the loss of downforce. So I guess it's safer for them to do race runs and get as much information as possible through that than risking it and breaking a rear wing. Gary Anderson, who is trackside at the moment for the race, watching from the braking zone just before turn 1, and the Alfa, Aston and AlphaTauri all look okay. The Mercedes and the Ferrari too. Actually, no, this is what I mentioned earlier. So we gave you the insight before it was live.
It's almost like we're on the ground ourselves.
We're on the ground. Love it.
On the ground.
Right, so 60% have said no. But that means we've had 4,777, nearly 5,000 votes, which means nearly 2,000 of you watching enjoy pineapple on pizza, and that is enough.
Oh no,
for
people
me.
Are saying they're unsubscribing
no,
from WTF1 because we both like pineapple.
It's fine.
On
We'll
pizza.
find people that like pineapple on pizza. No, don't pretend like we care. It's fine. The pineapple warriors will keep us strong. All right, okay, how about this? Leave a like on the video if you hate pineapple, and leave a like on the video if you love pineapple. There you go.
I see, that's smart.
Good stuff. But if you are enjoying the stream, I do joke, but also please do leave some love
How about
in the likes.
pizza on pineapple?
That would be lovely. What about pizza on pineapple? Absolutely. I would wrap a pizza around a pineapple. Absolutely. Did someone say pizza dipped in milk? All right, that's new. That's too
no,
much.
that's it. I'm signing off.
Now that does
That's
deserve
too
jail
far.
time. That really does.
That does.
That is incredible. But yeah, 61% say no now. Oh, that's really irritating. Right, back to Formula One.
Yes, let's chat
112
F1.
laps for Ocon, still the mileage leader. Gasly 106. We've got no one else solo in the hundreds, but Ricciardo, as I mentioned, 98 is the closest for that. Sebastian Vettel has slotted himself up to P4 with a lovely little lap time, which we don't know just yet. It's waiting to be updated, but he has been moved into P4. So Aston Martin and Vettel fans can get hyped because he may well
love to see it.
Have put himself. Let's see, is it a 1 minute 20 or a 1 minute 21? What do you guess? Because he slotted in between Gasly, a 20.7 and a 21.5 for Albon. I think it's going to be a 21.
21.2 is my guess.
Oh, okay.
Actually.
Oh, you've changed your mind. All right. I'm going to go with 21.3. Let's see. I'm going to go with 21.341. What are you going to go
Oh, my gosh. What did I say before? 21 point...
You said 2 something. I said 341. What's yours? Oh, it's a 20.784.
Oh, my gosh.
Hello, Mr. Sebastian Vettel. Sorry, Vettel.
Vettel.
Oh, what a time.
That is a good lap. That's a lovely lap.
Lovely little lap time from Seb. 49 laps today, and that was on the C3 tyre as far as I am aware, unless that bit needs to be updated as well. But 20.784 for Vettel. Great lap.
It's a beautiful lap.
It's a beautiful day.
It's a beautiful day. Are you still going to go for your, what was the prediction you had every time last year in our race
Vettel
podcast?
be out-qualified by Stroll.
Yeah. Are you going to continue that on, or are you going to maybe give him a chance this year?
I think I'll probably put more effort into my predictions so that I don't have to go and rely on that, but I can't say that I'll never not rely on it. Because
it's true, yeah.
It's a good prediction. You know, it's a 50-50 chance.
Do you know what? We never found out who won those predictions. I think Tommy knows the answer, and he was like, I'll save it for a podcast, and then we just never learned who.
We're going to release it in 2025.
Oh my gosh, that's a bit far.
Katie's got some flair, man.
I shouldn't have said anything.
How much time remaining? We have 1 hour and 29 minutes. Pineapple on a burger. Yes, Chris Collins. Now
really?
we're talking, yeah, like a Nando's, Nando's chicken, and you got a slice of pineapple. Oh my God, yes.
Do you need a moment?
Unbelievable. I might have to go to Nando's after this because I don't know how. I can't even drive there because I've got no car at the moment. But hey, I will make it happen. Right. Any others? I love how the amount of time, I apologise for the amount of rights I do, but I feel like I need to segue it back to Formula One. And then I realise, oh, wait, there's been no news. And then I have to go, right, okay, so, let's play the...
What do people want to see images of? Shall I see if I can find some
Ricciardo's
funny
over
images? 100. Oh, there we go. Piece of news.
Ricciardo century.
Let's find a picture of Ricciardo and see if there are any.
Danny Rick.
Ricciardo.
To be fair, we've got Danny Rick on the screen right now, to be fair.
For God's sake, just too much Danny Rick.
I'll show a bit of Sergio, who looks very upset and hurt that he's not in the car. Williams floor, that's cool actually. The Williams floor picture, bit of a zoom in. You can see the green highlight there as well. Look how low it is to the ground. It's an absolute joke. Like any sort of like sausage curb and car's just going to fold in half. That is something that they're going to have to keep an eye on. Thankfully, Bahrain, I don't think there is any horrible sausage curves around Bahrain that they need to change, from what I can remember. So yes, Ricciardo 101 laps, Gasly 106, and Esteban Ocon 112. So after that big old storm of laps, Ocon doesn't appear to be out on track at the moment. In fact, who is on track right now? It's been a little quieter out there of late, says the race live updates, but there are 3 drivers on track. Vettel, who's just improved to 4th in the Aston Martin with a 20.784. Russell, who's back out after almost half an hour in the pits, and Mazepin, who's racking up laps after his earlier stoppage. Mazepin now on 20 laps in 13th place on a 22.429.
Lovely. Well, one topic of conversation, which Benji, one of our video editors, messaged
Oh no,
about.
the one that brought the meme up earlier. Oh,
yeah, the one with the party rings meme, which was interesting. But anyway, thank you, Benji, for submitting that. He asked, why is Barcelona a favoured testing circuit? Which is a good question. Several reasons. One, I guess, being in Spain, it's a fairly central point for all the teams. Obviously, a lot of them are based in the UK. Some of them are based in Italy, Switzerland. So there's a bit of a central point for them there. Also, it's a track that's got a mix of high speed and low speed corners. The weather normally is okay. Obviously, we've got some rain forecast for tomorrow, which will be interesting. But yeah, generally it's not a bad place to be. Also, in the FIA regulations, it states that for testing like this, the venues have to sort of be based in Europe. Obviously, there are exceptions we get to that rule, such as Bahrain. And if we do testing in Bahrain, then that's something which is discussed with the FIA and all the teams, and it has to kind of be a unanimous decision. Are you going to say what I think you're going to say?
Perez is back on track.
Yeah, I know. It's exciting.
Sorry,
is back on
sorry,
track.
I didn't want to disturb your flow, but I was like, wait, that's actual news. Perez back on track, which is obviously very exciting for Red Bull fans. So, sorry, carry on.
No, I mean, I pretty much rounded up my point. Just Spain is a nice, convenient little space for some testing. Obviously, it's quite a popular one. We've had testing here many, many years, and there are also other tracks we've tested at. We've tested at Portimao before, in Jerez, in Valencia, at the Circuit Ricardo Tormo. Where else have we tested? Paul Ricard in the past, and a few others. But yeah, Spain, Barcelona is pretty much the kind of favorite that we seem to go to every year now. So
oh no,
yeah.
Oh God, no, sorry, I scrolled down, so then we lost the. Oh no, you can see
what have you
11th
done?
down to 16th. I was on the wrong. There we go. Boom. Okay, my apologies. I have two windows, one that I'm window capturing from, then the other that I look at the race website. But I moved the wrong one. I'm sorry, guys.
You moved the wrong one.
It's fine. We're allowed some technical issues. I am into my 14th hour.
Jesus, mate.
13 and a half
this
hours.
This is intense for
13 and a
you.
half hours over the last 2 days.
You get a break tomorrow morning, though.
Whoop, whoop. And imagine my voice just seizes up, and then in the afternoon, I'm like, hi, guys.
Welcome back.
Red Bull back on track. Yes, that is correct, Al Martins, which is good for Perez. Any info on time gaps between the compounds for new tyres? Not at the moment, dear Gex, because purely they aren't going at performance speed. They aren't. You won't really know until they are in qualifying and doing proper race simulation runs to the 100% of their performance. There can be guesstimates, but I imagine that information will come out by the end of day 3. So right now, not sure. Pineapple is a crime, says RJW14. Pineapple is unreal. Okay, don't even come at me.
Really split people. We've nearly got 10,000 votes on pineapple on pizza.
Yeah, look, we're asking the proper questions here. It has to be said. So it's been more than 4 hours since Perez stopped the other side of the lunch break, but Perez is finally back on track in the Red Bull. So he has done 38 laps so far in P12 with a 22.412. Mazepin, 22.429. C3 tyre, 20 laps for him so far. Hamilton only managed 40 laps and is down in 14th, and he's not out this afternoon. Russell is at 22.562. Ocon, 15th, 23.280. Suspected DRS issues there. 112 laps. And then finally, Guan Yu Zhou, who's done 46 laps and has done a 23.808. Russell clocking up some laps, 33 laps at the moment, hour and 23 to go. Not, as we've mentioned, not a huge amount of laps for Mercedes today. The standouts are definitely McLaren, AlphaTauri, Ferrari and Alpine.
Yeah. Did you see yesterday Lando was speaking to, I think it was Sky. Rachel Brooks was saying, like, congrats, you're fastest of the day. Lando was basically saying, that's literally not what I want, because then it just sets the expectation level too high.
That's what he tweeted as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He was like,
So he's probably
everyone's going to
thinking, for
hype
God's
me.
sake, Danny Rick, you had one job, is
Everyone,
not to set the fastest time.
everyone's
But,
going to overhype. He even ended his tweet with a mega lol, which I found incredibly strange and weird and also funny because it's Lando and he's just like so chill about it that he's such a gamer. He just really is, and that's why I love
like
him.
a 17-year-old gamer, like rather than an F1 driver.
Here's Mick Schumacher on screen. He is. I just fancied it really. Katie sent it, and I was like, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, get some Mick Schumacher content. Oh, I tell you what, actually, talking of Mick Schumacher, yesterday on TikTok, we're on TikTok, by the way, guys, give us a follow at WTF1 Official. I shared a selection of pictures of drivers at testing, and there's one photo of Bottas that when you were looking through it, quite a lot of people said it looked a bit like Mick. And I'm going to try and find this photo because I also agree. I don't know if it's just the steel blue eyes or what it is, but they did look very similar.
Italian here. Pineapple is only good on pineapple, says Diego.
Yeah. Oh, fair. Sorry for all the Italians. We've just offended.
63% are now on no. Oh no. There's more people that hate pineapple joining. Can we watch this live? No, we can't, Abonin. Unfortunately not. There is no Formula One footage that is live from the track. All we have to go off are our colleagues at the race who are in Barcelona. We've got XPB, who are an image company, and they are taking pictures that we can use and show on screen as soon as they're uploaded, which is great. And we're also just keeping an eye on everything that's being posted on social media as well. So we are basically that information hub, if we possibly can. And yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff.
I'll try and find. Oh, this is interesting. So I sent this picture of Bottas to Hannah because I had it on my phone and I couldn't find it on XPB when I looked up Bottas. And it's because XPB did credit it as Mick Schumacher instead of Valtteri Bottas. So even they fell for it. So hopefully this picture lives up to the expectation that we've put on here. But I can kind of see it. That's why I couldn't find it when I looked on XPB and had to find it on my phone. Interesting.
Maybe they weren't mistaken at all, and you were wrong.
Maybe it is. I mean, we have seen Schumi and I called him Schumi. We have seen Mick Schumacher in Alfa Romeo gear before, so I have to pull up a comparison. What are you ing?
I'm ing because apparently George Russell has improved.
Ooh, okay, nice.
So we'll wait for that to update on the live timings. At least that's what some people on chat are saying. I should never always believe what people say. What I was going to say is that Scott Mitchell has spoken a bit on Williams from the race. Here's Williams boss Jost Capito on the team's quietly encouraging start to testing despite a short period off track earlier with an issue. So Capito said, "Our objective is to get as much as possible of driving time and laps and data, especially as we missed the tyre tests last year, so we are a bit behind on tyre data, so we're quite happy with the reliability that we could do that many laps. It's the basis for us to get the relevant data and to see where we are with the car. It's not like where we are compared to the competition. It's to understand the car, to learn about it and get the feedback of the drivers and then see how we improve it." Albon is fifth in the timings, not that it matters, and Latifi is eighth, and between them they have managed 92 laps so far today. So yeah, I think that kind of gives you an insight really that, you know, even the team bosses are like, no, we're not trying. You know, we're not trying to set the world alight. We're literally just trying to understand the car, you know, understand this beast that they've created in simulation, that they've created with their CFD and everything else that they use to create their car. The wind tunnel time that they've had, which of course, I think it was 20... When was it that they allocated the wind tunnel time? I can't remember which year it was. I always forget. 2020, I think, maybe? I can't remember. Do you remember, Katie?
Not too sure. I can't think.
A few years ago anyway, it was the wind tunnel time was basically assigned to reverse championship order. So the most would get, if you finish last in the championship, you get the most wind tunnel time, and then it would kind of scale back from there. So even with that sort of stuff, you don't know. And that's the whole point, is understanding the car, the driver understanding how to drive the car. And this shakedown is kind of a shakedown, but it's still a test. So there you go.
It very much is.
Can you watch this live?
Abonin,
no. I've already told you we can't watch it live. Abonin, I answered your question. And you're in chat going, can you watch this live? The host may have just said, no, you can't watch this live. But can you watch this live, though? I like it.
No.
You're trying to manifest
consistent. Yeah, it's a lot of power.
There's no coverage. Hence why we're doing this. And hence why so many people are here listening to us waffle on to Kingdom Come. 1 hour and 15 to go until the end of day 2 testing. And no, you can't watch it, unfortunately. But you're here with us, and we'll give you as much info as we possibly can. Katie, what were we going to say?
I was going to say, providing you extreme, informative content. I've sent you this picture of Bottas/Schumacher if you want to see what the guys think on the stream.
Oh, okay.
And I'm really trying to scout for Prez images to get pictures of him back on track. But
right, this is such 100% Valtteri Bottas.
Yes.
And people thought that was Mick Schumacher.
But I can see.
You can see the age. You can see the age in his eyes. He has seen a lot.
You can see the haggard skin.
You can see that he has been beaten by Lewis Hamilton for a few years.
Oh.
You can see it in his eyes.
But look at it quickly. I can see why people did have to do a double take.
If you look at a small thumbnail, I know exactly what you mean. Like that, the eyes are very similar to Mick Schumacher, and also Mick Schumacher has worn similar things to that. I'm pretty sure maybe even that exact outfit. So understandable. But
I'm going to find a picture of Mick in his Alpha gear. I'm going to do it. Hold on.
Get a little side by side.
Yeah, because they do look the same. Okay, maybe not. I'm getting a picture of it.
It does look like Mick,
I need a picture of Mick in a beanie.
It's like a bigger Mick, Aisha said.
Big Mick, yeah.
I can kind of see Mick, says Isaac.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can too. But it's also unforgivable that XPB actually labelled this as Mick Schumacher.
I know. They probably went for it.
Oh, dear. They just went with the meme. Good stuff. So, have we got any more updates from cars out on track? I'm going to find out who is out on track. There is a picture of Mick Schumacher that Luke has just shared. Thank you, Luke. Who is out on track? I should have tagged Jack. He'll be able to tell us who is out at the moment. And if we can expect to see any more lap times. I mean, the last sort of hour is usually where we might see a few teams go, all right, let's have a banter lap. Well, let's go see what we can do. And that's what Lando Norris did yesterday, 19.5. Big Mick energy, augmented gravity. I love that. That's a good phrase. It really is. Katie, are you still there? Or are you?
Yeah, I'm still there. I'm just getting this picture.
It's because it goes so silent. I feel like you've disconnected.
I did have it on mute.
Yeah, it's because of the mute. I'm like, has she gone?
To be fair, my internet has been so messed up today that it wouldn't be surprising if it just was like, nah, fam, not today.
Yeah, lovely stuff. Okay.
I need some pictures of Sergio Perez on track, please.
Oh!
Charles
Leclerc goes fastest.
Oh God, I thought something
Charles Leclerc goes fastest.
Serious happened.
Charles Leclerc, 19.8. What you saying? Oh, Ferrari's good. Oh, yeah. Gasly's improved as well.
Turned into a rap artist.
Charles Leclerc's gone fastest with a 19.804. Boom! And then Gasly. Back up to third, having briefly been displaced by Leclerc. He has done a 1 minute 20.542. Unbelievable scenes. Vibing to the absolute limit. Charles Leclerc, world champion. Thank you, everybody. Hold on.
You heard it here. Get the hype train image
I know.
up.
That's literally it. Come on, guys. Right. I know that it won't be empty for long. Right. Get on. Get on right now. Get on the train. It's time.
It's time. Choo-choo. There's still a chance for you to get onto the hype train. All aboard.
Can we just all just soak it in? Soak it in, everybody. You're
going to be so disappointed if they are rubbish this year.
I will be disappointed.
Think they will be.
They'll literally, honestly, if
quit.
they don't win every single race this year, I'll be disappointed. Okay.
Every single one.
Every single race. If they don't win, I will be questioning what they've done wrong.
You're going to be on the phone to Mattia being like,
Mattia,
honey,
you should have won
what's
this race.
going on?
You should have won this race. This is how I would have done it differently. And then they won't listen to me, and I don't have their number anyway.
So how did you get this number?
I'll be like, I stole it. But yes, the hype train has arrived. Please get on. It's just testing, Matt. I don't care. Come on. We've been through a few years of pain if you've been enjoying the Ferrari resurgence. And look, the hype train's back. Right, Mick, and there you go. There is some serious resemblance, but as I say, around the eyes, you can...
It's all in the eyes.
Yeah, Mick's got a bit darker eyes, hasn't he, than Valtteri there. But similar sort of shape.
You just need a little beanie on him.
Absolutely. So there you go. Sainz World Drivers' Champion? Maybe not. We'll see. Spoiler alert, Matt is going to be disappointed this year. Yes, Wild West, most likely.
Yeah. Oh, it's good that the chat are really trying to, bring you back down to earth.
They really are. They really, really are.
They've got your best interests at heart. Just making sure that you're not disappointed.
When
the inevitable happens.
Have we got any more images flying through?
I have one of Charles Leclerc that I was about to send over, but I don't know if it's from this morning or if it's from this afternoon. But at the moment, the most recent picture is a picture of Oscar Piastri, if you want to see that.
Yeah, all the images.
Okay. I'll just keep... Every time we get a new photo, I'll just... I'll send it through.
It's good stuff. So that
content people want.
Should update pretty soon on the live timing. Apologies that it doesn't go straight away, but the guys at the race that are giving us these live timings, there you go. As if by magic, he's just updated it. They are manually inputting this because Formula One haven't given us live timing. So yeah, Charles Leclerc fastest with a 1:19.804, 42 laps into his stint. And according to this, he did it on a C2 tyre, which is, if that's true, and it is yet to be, and it's been updated, then that is a juicy lap time. Gasly, P3, 1 minute 20.542 on the C3 tyre. So there you can see Ricciardo and Gasly, 107 and 112 laps. Although I feel like Gasly may have done a few more laps than that if he's just improved, because he was on 100. Oh no, that was Ocon actually was 112. So Ocon has yet to increase his tally after that flurry of laps. So Gasly about to take the mileage lead here.
Very good.
Unbelievable scenes.
Alternating between the Frenchmen. Matt, I need to go and get myself a drink. So are you okay to fill
you carry on.
For a few minutes?
Oh, absolutely. All
right?
the time. Yeah, you go fill your drink and I'll go fill these.
I've sent you a picture of Oscar Piastri if you fancy that.
Thank you very much. I will
No worries.
I'll
be right back, everybody.
Okie dokie. So apparently it's the C3 tyre for Leclerc. We're waiting for confirmation on that. But that's what some people are saying anyway. We will... If it is on the C2, the train is leaving the station, everybody. I don't even care. It absolutely is. Oh, British bias, Matt. You just love George Russell and Lewis Hamilton. Meanwhile, me being photoshopped into a train full of Ferrari branding. Love it. Like there's shoomy photos all around this room, and apparently I am British bias. Okay. We've got Guan Yu Zhou. I'm just having a look at laps and seeing if there's any that to keep an eye on. It's now on 52 laps, is Guan Yu. So he has done more than double what Bottas managed earlier this morning. Bottas only 21 laps. Guan Yu Zhou's done 52. Mazepin's now managed 24 in the Haas, which brings the total for Haas up to 90 laps. That's a good showing from Haas today. A good bounce back from yesterday for sure. A lot of people are saying Leclerc C3, which I will absolutely accept. Some people are saying C2s. I'm going to get confirmation of Leclerc. Okay, Leclerc is C3s. Okay. Thank you. Live timing says C2 at the moment. Okay, I've just let the race guys know. So C3s was Leclerc's time, 19.8. But remember, Lando's 19.5 yesterday was C4s. So there you go. Human bias. Love it. So a few minutes ago, the cars out on track were Ricciardo, Gasly, Russell, Latifi, Perez and Zhou, as well as Leclerc, of course, who just went quickest. 1 hour and 6 minutes remaining. C2s are harder than the C3s, so starts at C1 all the way through to C5. C1 and C2 are white-walled. The second one is with little brackets round the sidewall. C3 is the yellow medium tyre. C4 and C5 are red. C4 has the red brackets round, and C5 has no brackets. The C1 and C5 have no brackets. They literally just have the colour of the Pirelli logo, pretty much. So there you go. That is the insight to the tyres. Ricciardo's managed 110 laps now, so he's closing in on the mileage. Katie has returned. The filling is complete. Is her cup filled up? That's the question.
It is. I have gone for water rather than another cup of tea.
Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff.
And I got some biscuits as well, because why not?
So apparently, teams underestimated the 2022 F1 car's porpoising problem. Widely underestimated and won't be an easy fix, according to Mattia Binotto. He said, I think that most of us at least underestimated the problem by where we are on track. We are bouncing more than expected. We knew certainly that the ground effect situation would be different. It's a learning process. How long it can take to address it or solve it, I think that solving it can be quite straightforward. But optimizing the performance, because it should not be a compromise, but you should try to avoid any bouncing by getting most of the performance of the car. That could be a less easy exercise. So I'm pretty sure that at some stage, every single team will get a solution. How long will it take? I think that the ones that go there sooner will have an advantage at the start of the season. So there you go. There's more quotes and stuff like that. Just go to the-race.com. They have plenty of articles and interviews with team members and team bosses on there, as well as drivers. So feel free to go and read the rest of that article over on the race. In fact, I screen capped the wrong thing, didn't I? Whoopsie. Sorry, everybody. I keep using the wrong window.
I say I'm looking on the YouTube at the moment. It's on a Ramco advert.
Oh God, no, we are not. That was not for that. I apologise. I was using the wrong window again to read something because I'm an idiot. Sorry, guys. It is quite, we're quite a way into streaming. I can't believe it's nearly 4:00. It has flown by though. I do love it.
It has.
Oh wait, whoa, Tom Shepherd, don't you dare say something like that and scare me, saying that Ocon's gone fastest with a 19.1 on the C1.
Oh, that's cruel.
Don't you dare. I can't believe I even believed it. C1. That's basically like the concrete tyres. They're the ones that are like the hardest of the lot. So there you go.
Have you seen what the race have put in their live timing updates and things like that at the moment? They've put, it's an anniversary. Something happened 900 days ago today. Can you guess what it is, Matt?
Well, I'm reading it, so I won't try and pretend that I haven't seen
it.
Charles Leclerc's last F1 win. What an anniversary that is. I don't think anyone's ever gone back to 900 days ago today. That is very out there. Will he return to the top step in 2022? I just think
people that have had a win since then, Esteban Ocon.
Thanks.
Daniel Ricciardo's had another one. Obviously, there's Hamilton, Valtteri Bottas.
Max Verstappen.
Yeah, Max Verstappen, he's had a few. Sergio Perez. God.
Who else? Who else has won a race?
I'm trying to think. Gasly, yeah. He would have
Gasly,
had
yeah.
one.
Yep. Anyone else?
There's got to be more.
Can't think. I don't.
No, I've got blank. I'm sure people in the comments will be sure to tell us.
I don't think there's anyone else, but
there have only been a few. People are saying Sainz soon. I think it will happen this year. I'd like to hope so anyway.
Vettel did not win a race. Everyone's like, Seb. It's like, no, we're talking about winners, not podium. Do we know the numbers from the speed trap? Yes, we got sent that a little bit earlier today. I'll read them out again if you would like to know. Speed trap statistics are 326 kilometres an hour for Gasly, 323 for Schumacher, 317 for Albon, 316 for Perez, 315 for Bottas, 313 for Sainz, 312 for Stroll, 309 for Ricciardo, 309 for Hamilton, and 296 for Ocon, which would suggest DRS or engine being turned down, but more than likely going to be DRS issues at this stage. Seb Singapore, yes.
Yeah, that's...
Of course, yeah. I literally forgot
this is how long ago it was.
Yeah. I forgot that was after Charles winning.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Yeah, Seb winning
Very well
Singapore,
done, chat. At least somebody has their brain in gear.
I absolutely deleted that from my brain, mainly because Leclerc should have won that race. There was a big old strategy blunder, wasn't there? Or not blunder, but Leclerc felt very aggrieved that he wasn't given the preferential strategy, I think. And then wasn't it Vettel then jumped Leclerc? And it caused a little bit of tension, definitely, in the Ferrari camp. Leclerc bias so clear. No, I just forgot. Wiz Kid was. I mean, I am human, and I've been talking for. This is the 16th hour. We are into the 16th hour of me talking in the last 2 days. So jog on. Let me have my accidental missing of that. But yes, Leclerc bias. Right. 1 hour to go. 1 hour until the end of day 2 testing.
Yay.
I'm just going back up to the top. 900 days to Leclerc's win. That's mad. That many days have gone by. Absolutely ridiculous.
I've got a job at WTF1 since then.
Wow, that's a win. That's a good old victory, isn't it?
Woohoo!
I am, in fact, going to get a drink, so you're going to have to fill for 2 minutes.
Oh, no, I'm going to have to fill.
Otherwise, my voice is going to explode. So
that's okay, I'll let you off.
You carry on talking. I'm going to change the image to something else.
What are you going to change it to?
I'm going to change it to the Mercedes because it looks good. BRB.
Okie dokie. Well, let's have a look and see. So far, nearly 20,000 of you have voted on this pineapple on pizza poll, which seems incredible. And at the moment, it's still 64% saying no. So I'm afraid 64% of you are wrong. But let's have a look at some of your questions. If you've got anything going on, we haven't got any updates of on-track action at the moment. In case you were wondering, Sergio Perez did go out. I'm not sure if he's still on track. Let me have a look for you. Is Checo still on track? Obviously, or maybe not obviously, maybe you've just tuned in, but Sergio did cause a red flag this morning as he stopped on track with a gearbox issue with about half an hour left of the morning session, and it took Red Bull quite a few hours to get it fixed, but he did go back out on track. We also had another red flag for Nikita Mazepin, who had a fuel pump issue a few moments into the afternoon session. So we've had 2 so far. I am honestly amazed that we haven't had more, to be honest with you, because these are new cars and we're still getting used to them, and reliability isn't necessarily a guarantee, although we have seen a huge increase in reliability over the last few years in Formula One. So Jack Cousins on the ground in Barcelona says Checo is not on track at the moment. He has done 14 laps, 1-4, since he rejoined though. So maybe he's headed back into the garage, get some more data on that. Yeah, let's have a look and see if we've got any more questions that is not to do with pineapple on pizza. Let's have a look. Katie, when Matt gets back, tell him Valtteri has gone second on the C2 tyres. Let's have a look if that is actually true, or if that is just somebody. Yeah, so that's just fake. You want me to trick Matt when he gets back with fake information? Shall I say Leclerc's time's been beaten and see if he gets stressed out? That would be a bit mean, but it'd be pretty funny. Let's see. Oh, I'll tell you what. Not a question that's been asked, but a new rule that has been introduced for 2022, which I'm really excited for. So in short, at some point this year, every single team has to have a rookie in the seat for FP1. And that's for every single car. So at some point, Lewis Hamilton is going to miss an FP1 session this year. Perhaps they'll make way for somebody like Frederick Vesti. Same for Max Verstappen. Like there will be a moment at some point throughout the year where every driver will miss FP1. But I think that's a great idea to get more young talent into Formula One and getting these opportunities. Obviously, we've got people like Oscar Piastri, who will hopefully get a shot at doing an FP1 run. And also the term rookie, or however Formula One or the FIA wants to define that, is somebody who's done, I think it's either 2 or less than 2 Formula One Grand Prix. So somebody like Jack Aitken could take part, or Fittipaldi or somebody like that in the Haas. But I'm guessing somebody like Robert Kubica would not count as a rookie because he's done quite a lot. But I'm sure maybe if Alfa Romeo want to put Kubica in the car for an FP1, they can still do that. But it just means that we see more rookies, which I think is really cool. Let me know in the chat if there are any young and upcoming drivers that you want to see get a shot in an FP1 session. For me, there's Logan Sargent, who is with Williams. I think he's a really interesting American talent that got signed up to their young driver program last year. So that would be really cool. Obviously, Jamie Chadwick is somebody who I'd love to see get an FP1 shot. Whether she has picked up enough points for this Friday super license, I'm not sure. She's obviously got some from winning W Series last year. She's picked up a few in other championships. But I think it's 25 points you need to get. So yeah, also Daniel in the chat agrees with Jamie Chadwick getting an idea. People joking, Alonso's taking part in every FP1 then. Yes, because he was put down as a young driver for the Young Drivers program. Let's see. Yuri Vips is another one. Yeah. Oh, Pato. Yes, I would love to see Pato getting a chance. Nick De Vries is another great shout. He is one of the Mercedes reserve drivers, or at least he was last year, but I'm pretty sure that's going to continue. Now he is a Formula E world champion. Abby Eaton is another shot. She's not got an opportunity at the moment with an F1 team, so it seems a bit of a long shot, but stranger things have happened in Formula One. So, hello there, Matthew Gallagher.
I have returned.
We're talking about young drivers we want to see do some FP1 sessions this year.
Oh, okay. Oscar
Have you got
Piastri.
any that come to mind? Yeah, Oscar Piastri is another great one.
That's all I want.
That's all. That's all you want. Lots of Liam Lawson, another great shout. Robert Schwartzman, I'm sure he'll get a shot. Thierry Pourchaire.
I'd like to see Jamie Chadwick get an opportunity, but I don't think that's going to happen because it costs £1 billion to run in anything. So, has anything happened since I've gone away? Zhou is moving on up. He's up to 11th. 22.239 on the C3 tyre, 56 laps on the board for Guan Yu Zhou. And he's ahead, crucially, of Valtteri Bottas by half a tenth. Bottas mudded. The race says it's been an encouraging session for the rookie and his team after another tricky morning, who has logged 57 laps. That's the most of anyone this afternoon. So that's good work from Zhou. 57 laps on the board. Yeah.
I know that he's a lot of people would have rather seen somebody like Oscar Piastri or Nick De Vries in that seat and that kind of thing. But I'm excited to see how he gets on because he hasn't exactly had a poor time in Formula 2. You know, yes, he's not won the championship there like we've seen from those that have come before him from F2, but he's still a good driver. And I'm hugely excited to see the first ever Chinese driver in Formula 1. So that's a huge sell for the Chinese Grand Prix, and that side of Asia and stuff to have a Chinese driver. I cannot believe it's taken this long as well for a Chinese driver. We had Ma Qinhua, who I think did an FP1 session a few years ago. But yeah, not a full-time F1 seat, so it should be really cool.
It should be. Would you mind doing a social push for the last hour, Katie? I don't know if Tommy's already done it or if
Of course I can,
done a little tweety poo and all that good stuff. That'll be good because we are entering the business end of the session with 52 minutes remaining of day 2 in Barcelona. And yeah, the big talking point is, of course, the mileage of some of the teams that have been captured. And I think generally speaking that Alpha, of course, had a poor morning, but they've managed to turn it around. 77 laps in total for Alfa Romeo. For Haas, it's a total of 90 at the moment. For Alpine, 112. For Mercedes, we've got 73. So right now, unless I am mistaken, the least laps of any team so far today is Mercedes, which is Red Bull with 52. So yeah, the two title fights the two teams to fight for the title last year are the two with the least laps today. So Red Bull with 52, although Perez is out there, I believe, and trying to rack up some more laps, but at the moment 52 laps for Red Bull and 73 laps for Mercedes. Who else have we got to cover? Aston Martin, 55 plus 56 for Vettel. So that's 111 for Aston Martin. For Williams, it's 99. And then we've got Ferrari, who are well into the hundreds. They're on 124 laps. And then you've got AlphaTauri, 119, McLaren, 113. So yeah, Red Bull and Mercedes quite clearly down at the bottom at the moment, with Alfa Romeo not too far ahead of them. So interesting bits of mileage talk to keep an eye out of.
There is. I can't believe there's still not pictures of Sergio Perez in the XPB like pool of images. We've got update from Jack on the ground that he's done 14 laps since he rejoined, but he's come back in again. Yeah.
So someone's saying
no such luck.
Okay, so I was doing my maths on the latest day 2 times, but we've actually had some afternoon lap counts. So Zhou is up to 60, Gasly's up to 60. This is for just the afternoon, of course. Vettel's had 56 laps, Leclerc 54, Latifi 54, Ricciardo 48, Ocon 46, Russell 45, Mazepin 26, and Perez 14 laps this afternoon.
Oof.
So yeah, I don't know why people are saying Mercedes have had 80 odd laps. Oh yeah, sorry, it is 83. I've had a brain fart. My apologies. 83 laps for Mercedes. I don't know what I was adding up there. But yeah, 83 laps for Mercedes. Still not, still very much in the region of the lower echelons of teams setting miles, but only by a handful of laps. 83 for Merc, dum-dum. All right, Ishan, chill out.
Oh,
calm yourself.
He's been doing blimmin' streaming for his whole life, it feels like.
My maths has been flawless up until then.
It has. It's been very good. Much better than me. Have you seen who's just managed to go up into P2?
Gasly.
Yeah, Gasly.
Yeah, Gasly. 1 minute 20.030 for Gasly. And he's up to P2.
Nice.
Mazepin has also improved up to P11. So we're starting to see some times now in this last hour. And
it's about time.
Well, I say sometimes, like it's anywhere near what we've seen previously, but still some faster times than what we've seen over the course of the day.
We need some times.
If Ocon sets a little worldie, Hamilton might be last on the timesheets, and I'm sure a lot of people will.
I'm sure that'll be a great headline.
Jump on
Everybody's
that one.
Going to run with that, yeah.
Hamilton,
what was the headline
finished.
Yesterday? That you were like, Russell finishes 27 laps ahead of Hamilton.
I said like George Russell. Yeah, I mean technically it's true. It's very true.
It is true.
Should have run with that title. I'm disgusted. But here we are.
Sorry, I was too busy doing a million other things.
I was too busy doing real work. Good stuff. Has Hannah actually worked on a day 2 summary? As far as you're aware, is she even working today?
I'm not sure. She's working today, but I don't know what she's doing this afternoon because I've been on the stream.
All right. Well, I will harass her right now.
Okay.
Hey.
Be aware, she might have finished for the day.
Well, she's online on Slack.
Cool.
Are you around? I will find out, because ideally we get another summary video in the works.
Yeah, it's very handy.
Day one, yeah, people liked day one, and to be fair, like even I think it was the porpoising one. I literally was like, right, what have you written? Okay, cool, blah 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 blah, blah, and then just said.
What was that noise?
That was me doing a voiceover.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. So Gasly did that 20.030 on C4 tyres, worth mentioning as well. So he's gone on to the same tyres that Lando did, who managed
Anna
a 19.5
is working on
yesterday.
that, by the way.
Oh, she is?
She is working a few extra hours because she's a legend.
She is a hero, absolute hero. Thank you, Hannah. I assume she's listening, is she? Is that?
I think so. I must say, it's quite difficult to work, especially typing, and listen to a background audio at the same time. So, although I have tried really hard to do it for you and Tommy so far, there have been a few moments where I've had to put you on mute. I'm so sorry. You just now disgusted kicking me out of WTF1 for having you on mute.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's an absolute disgrace.
So
you should be
sorry.
listening to me at all times. This is ridiculous. But hey,
Get in the sack.
Okay, we have 45 minutes to go in the F1 testing of day 2 at Barcelona. Where's Kimi? Who knows? Probably.
Why is everybody? Yeah, why is the chat suddenly spamming? Where is Kimi?
Kimi P3. Kimi Räikkönen's gone P3. Unbelievable. What a lap
really
time from Kimi on a boat.
His yacht, roll up in his yacht.
We've had 21,000 votes now on Pineapple on Pizza and 64% now think no. I think we're going to have to end this poll. Get out of my sight, poll. Goodbye.
Shocking.
Kimi is team principal. What a boss.
He's a team principal of I think it's a motocross team. But that's about it. People are, why is everybody asking where Kimi is? I
don't know.
He's probably just like chilling at home with his kids, you know? I haven't seen anything on social to suggest he's there. He's not just popped up.
Yeah, now the fact we've said Kimi, everyone's now spamming Kimi.
Everyone's spamming it.
So yeah, maybe. There's a Kimi. Oh, there's literally an update on the race where it says, just in case you're wondering what Kimi Räikkönen is up to now, he doesn't need to do F1 testing. He's the team principal for the Kawasaki racing team in MXGP, and the team released this photo shoot today. So that would make
that's why everybody's talking about Kimi.
Yes, that was a couple of minutes ago. So what is that? Kimi in the middle. He looks very, very young.
He looks very different. He looks very young and.
So yeah,
he's not smiling, but that's just typical.
True. We all thought he wanted out of motorsport. He's done. He wants to go chill out.
Can we get the picture up so everyone can see it for the stream?
Yeah, go on. Get it edited in.
Yeah, Kimi looks really photoshopped in this.
Looks photoshopped. This isn't as bad as Gene Haas, so it's fine.
That's true. Yeah, this is tiny compared to that.
So
he looks a bit like Sting, if that's a reference.
Oh yeah, that's a boomer reference.
That
if
people
I've
are going to get.
It.
Yeah,
if I've ever heard it. Yeah, Sting? Who? What? A bee?
Sting. Huh? Yeah. Oh gosh.
So for those that can't see, obviously from 11th down, obviously you can see Mazepin, but then after that it's Zhou with a 1 minute 22.239 C3 tyre, 60 laps completed. Bottas 1 minute 22.288. C3 tyre as well, 21 laps completed. Perez in the Red Bull, 22.412. C2 tyre, 52 laps completed. Hamilton, 1 minute 22.562. C2 tyre, 40 laps completed. And Ocon in the Alpine, 23.280. C2 tyre, 112 laps. So Ocon has not been out for, I would hazard a guess to say, about an hour at this point. So maybe he's just packed up and can't be bothered anymore.
He's gone home.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame him. It's a good stint, 112 laps. Cheers, guys. See you later. 126 laps for Gasly now. So he's very much in the 2 race distance category. And
I've sent you the Kimmy pic.
Thank you very
I'm
much.
going to do another one. I'm going to zoom in on Kimmy's face so everyone can see him.
Boom. Download. You want to see Kimmy? Here's Kimmy. Look at that pic. Yeah, he is not showing 1 ounce of emotion. Is anyone? There's one person maybe smirking. Is anyone smiling? Oh, no. Yeah, one of the riders is smiling quite happily, actually, on the right, the 919 rider. Yeah, number 3 is a little bit of a grin. Maybe the guy all the way over the right looks reasonably happy to be there. The rest of them look like they despise their jobs.
Ah, come join WTF1 and you'll love your job.
Hey, good stuff.
I'm saying all the right things on the stream.
You really are, even though you mute
Got my
me.
WTF1 mug.
So there's Kimmy, everybody. So that is...
Honestly, it does look like it belongs on an album cover or something.
Photoshop Gene Haas into this photo. That would be quite funny.
Oh my God. Yeah, see if we can get Ollie on it.
Vicky asks, could Mercedes' lack of laps be due to porpoising? Potentially. There could be many reasons for Mercedes not going out. But that would be probably one of the main reasons you would go to straight away. I'm sure there'll be a lot of review content after today. The media will get in the team principals' faces and ask what's going down. Stephen says he'd love to work at WTF1.
Oh, we'd love to have you.
No, wait, you can't just hire someone, Katie.
No, I didn't hire.
You can't
I said
say
we'd
that.
love
It's a
to have
verbal
you.
agreement. Oh my God, we're screwed.
I mean, if I could hire everyone watching now, I would, but I don't have that power, I'm afraid.
No, unfortunately, you don't. But the thought is there, the positivity. Do we have any more images, Katie, of...
I'll have a look, but I keep refreshing it, and it's still Oscar Piastri as the most recent picture.
Well, let's get Oscar up then, shall we? In his mask. To be fair, I don't think I've shown that Ferrari either, so we'll show Oscar Piastri because I feel like Oscar should be in Formula One this year, and he's not, and it's sad. But hopefully he'll get his opportunity next year. That's the dream. Do we agree, chat? Do we agree that Oscar Piastri deserved to be in Formula One this year? I don't think there's many people that will say no, but interested to see your thoughts all the same.
Lots of people asking about porpoising. If you want a nice, simple explainer, then you can head to WTF1.com, and there's a really nice, handy article on there for you to read all about it. Or you can wait for a video on the YouTube channel. But if you want to know right now, then head over there.
Nice.
Nice.
5 minutes ago, Perez had just gone out. Ricciardo, Gasly, Latifi, and Mazepin are also out. I will delete that actually because I've just asked who is out 4 minutes later. So we'll just go with that information. So Perez, Ricciardo, Gasly, Latifi, and Mazepin are out there. And interesting. Yeah, a lot of people saying yes for Oscar Piastri. Don't see hardly any no's, to be honest. He's flown through the junior ranks, very similar to Charles Leclerc in a lot of ways. But unfortunately, there was no room at the inn. But thankfully, he's got a nice role where he can build with the Alpine team. You know, he is the reserve driver, so may well get a call up, potentially. Thoroughly nice bloke as well. Very nice guy. We obviously filmed a video with him not that long ago, talking about, you know, him and his career and a little bit about the progression through to Formula One, and he was very open and honest about, you know, his journey, and he knows that it's difficult to make it into the hot seat. So, yeah, very nice guy. It was very welcoming as well into his humble abode, and yeah, hosted us very nicely. He even offered us a drink and everything. It was wonderful hosting from Oscar Piastri. You know,
what did he have? What drinks did he have?
I had water, so rather boring, to be honest with you. There you go. Right, that is a picture of Sebastian Vettel with his iconic helmet, and that is, I mean, his racing helmet. There it is.
Let's clarify that.
Well, we talked about Hamilton's purple helmet yesterday, and that generated
painful.
some discussion.
I'm not gonna lie.
That generated some serious discussion. This looks slightly less gracious than the Bottas one. where Bottas is getting into his car.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's have a look. Where's the Bottas one gone? It's somewhere.
I've got lots of pictures here of drivers getting in cars, if that's
no,
a series we want to start.
Yeah. How do drivers
Yeah.
get into the car? That's not the Bottas picture I was after. Bottas car. There you go. I think that looks cooler. That looks like he's going deep sea diving, as we've mentioned. And the other one, yeah, Seb looks a little bit uncomfortable, but then maybe he's in a different part of the process of getting into the car, so I won't judge him on that. Right, we're chatting absolute rubbish. Okay, so just to remind everybody, day one top time was a 19.568 from Lando Norris yesterday. C4 tyres, and Charles Leclerc 19.804. But that's on the C3s. God, what's Tommy done?
Hold on. He's put a picture in the Slack channel that's the most cursed thing I've ever seen.
Oh, is it everyone's? Oh, God.
Oh, my goodness.
Right.
This is the
so
proper
for those
last
that wanted Gene Haas,
after
our conversation earlier, Tommy has made this. To be honest, I don't see what the problem is with this picture. I think it looks about right, to be honest.
That is horrendous.
Yeah, that is absolutely frightening. I hope everybody enjoys that picture and that you won't be haunted for the rest of time.
Enjoy the nightmares, guys.
See what people say in the comments.
People are saying, I'm so scared.
I'm so scared. I love how you actually said Tommy, oh my God, in the Slack channel. There you go. Burn it, says Vinny.
Yeah.
What tyres is Hamilton on? Hamilton's on no tyres, F1 Gaming. It is George Russell.
Oh no, my tyres are gone.
George Russell's got the afternoon shot today. But there you go. There is the Gene Haas image. That is haunting AF.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at the Ferrari. Oh, that's a lovely picture. Some nice red tint on it as well. Charles Leclerc in the car. Oh, P1. What more could you want? Not much, I'll tell you that for free. Yeah, also worth mentioning as well, Ricciardo has improved his lap time to go, well, he was third, he stays third. It's a 1 minute 20.288. I'm not sure if he mentioned even George Russell doing a 20.537. Currently in fourth, and that was on the C2 tyre, as far as we are aware. So that is relatively good pace, it has to be said. If that is on the hardest of the top, well, hardest compound of the top 8, if George Russell did do that on the C2. Russell time on C2 tyre, 100%. I've just asked the question, because that is a decent lap time from George. Okay.
I wonder if there's going to be any last minute changes to the timings, because I mean, Ricciardo, he stuck in a very quick fast lap at the end of the morning session, didn't he? So perhaps he'll try and do the same again, or maybe he'll leave it with Leclerc at the top, because as Lando said yesterday, it sounds crazy, but people don't sometimes want to be quickest because then expectation is too much.
Yep. Yeah, I completely agree. I'm literally looking at comments, and someone's gone, Matt, turn your mic up, you're too quiet. The other one's like, Katie's too loud. I'm like, no, she's
sorry.
not. No, but it's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's their fault. Just turn the volume down. I'm pretty sure we haven't had any complaints about that, so we're all good, I think. What I was going to say has left my brain. Oh, that was it. Someone asked about whether Max was driving. No, he's not driving at all today. It's been a whole Perez day, although Perez had a gearbox issue in the morning, which caused him to be out of the car for about 4 hours in total. But he's putting in some laps at the moment. And how many has he done? 58 so far today, with about just over 30 minutes to go in day 2 testing. But right now, the most mileage is Gasly. 127 laps. That's a lot of laps.
Honey.
The music is too loud. All right, Tim. Okay, your banter. Yeah, it's just solid banter. There's so much banter. People are saying, Katie, turn your mic up. I've turned her up a little bit. But it just means it's louder in my ears, which is not fun. But it's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine for the last half an hour.
Don't whisper.
No, but then that's counterproductive.
Hello. What if I just shout?
Oh my God! Please don't do that either.
Okay, sorry everyone. Jump scare.
So people are like, "Oh, Gasly's improved." No, I don't think he has. Oh, I love how we actually posted that all aboard the Ferrari hype train. Was that Tommy?
Yes, I think that was a Tommy.
Amazing.
Yes, on the internet. I hope Charles Leclerc sees that because he does follow us on Twitter. So you never know.
Charles Leclerc?
Does he follow us on Twitter? I feel like he does.
Yeah. He's a big old casual fan, old Charles.
Yeah, he follows us on Twitter.
He's a good lad. He's a lovely lad.
We should get him. If he's not on track, get him on the testing updates. He can be our guy on the ground. And we're going live to Charles Leclerc now from the Ferrari garage.
Yeah. Oh, Gasly. Gasly did improve. A 19.918. So Gasly has improved.
He's creeping up.
And he is only just over a tenth away from Charles Leclerc. 130 laps for Pierre Gasly today. That is a solid innings from Pierre.
Yeah.
Danny Rick, 118 laps. He is now second. And they still haven't sent Ocon out for well over an hour now, I'd reckon. So maybe 112 is enough for Alpine and they just want to chill out. Maybe they are trying to fix that DRS issue, potentially.
Yeah, for the last day of testing tomorrow, maybe. Get it ready to go. Make sure it's working.
Mercedes are quite close as well to reaching 100 laps as a team. Russell again for the second day in a row. 13 laps ahead of Hamilton. That's a headline. Russell finishes 13 laps ahead after 27-lap victory yesterday as well.
Oh my gosh, you're just trying to trigger everyone on social media.
We love it. We love this game. So just looking at how's Alpha doing? 81 laps now in total is Alfa Romeo. Red Bull's managed to get up to 61. So we haven't had a travesty like we did yesterday with Alfa Romeo and for Haas. There's been less travesties today, and we're happy about that. We want the teams to learn stuff so that they can prepare a little bit better into Bahrain.
For sure.
Oh, can we get the Gasly Charles photo? Is that possible?
Of course.
Thank you very much. It's a nice little picture of the two of them.
Is that one I've sent earlier, or is it a new one?
The young one is the one on the race live timings.
Oh, that's lovely. Let's have a look at that.
Okay, so Russell's time was on the C3, just to confirm. For reference, latest Gasly lap should have been the quickest time, but we saw him following Perez out of the final corner. Outright fastest time in Sector 1 and Sector 2, but no improvement in Sector 3. So there's a little bit more detail for you there. So Gasly should have taken the top spot, the headlines, but instead he slots into P2. So Ham is slacking off. Where is he? He's not driving. He's not driving this afternoon, Sheltox. He's not driving. Haas Twitter. What's Haas Twitter saying? I'm being told to look at Haas Twitter. There's nothing on Haas Twitter. Why'd you do this to
Haas
me?
Twitter.
Just Haas Twitter. I looked it up.
It's just keeping you on your toes.
Just nothing there. What are you baiting me for?
Aww.
Oh, they removed Uralkali on Twitter.
I mentioned this to Tommy earlier, and Tommy said that they didn't even have it in the name anyway. So I think people are just getting a bit overexcited.
And they've still got the picture of their car in the header with the Uralkali branding. And they've posted one 2 hours ago with Uralkali in it as well.
Things on social and
it's like,
get carried away.
What was the thing that people got carried away with? I mean, to be fair, I
jumped on it. Yesterday there was a picture of the Turkish Grand Prix tickets for sale for 2022 instead of, and now it's either just a page that was accidentally uploaded. It's just like it's not a thing. The Turkish Grand Prix this year, tickets are not on sale for that. Rather than check it themselves, everybody just gets carried away within the social media storm. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I think you mentioned it before, but there's going to be a meeting on it tonight with lots of the F1 commission, I think it is, or team principals, or who is it that's, let me have a look, who's having this meeting about Russia tonight. F1 teams to meet tonight to discuss the Russian Grand Prix status. So we will see if it's going to be cancelled. A few drivers have voiced their opinion, Sebastian Vettel being one of them. You can go over to WTF1.com if you want to read some driver quotes about what they've been saying. But Seb has essentially said that he's not going to go if there is a Russian Grand Prix this year, which is obviously quite a firm stance to take, but one that I very much respect. But we'll see what the situation is. And I'm sure, yes.
I was going to say, I'll tell you another situation. Hamilton is the slowest driver today.
You're kidding.
No, Ocon's banged it in P12. Hamilton P16 out of 16. Mercedes.
Oh my goodness.
Finished.
It's over.
It's absolutely over. The dream.
Just you wait. Tomorrow he'll come back and he'll be fastest.
I know, but it's big headlines. I'm joking. I'm kidding.
No.
For those that aren't understanding, this is a joke. But yeah, wow. Hamilton last.
And it's an interesting point the race makes because Ocon has improved, but he has not used his DRS. Yeah. Interesting.
So clearly there are still DRS issues. They wanted to do maybe a faster run. It would have cost him a solid amount of time. You'd imagine these rear wings are pretty enormous. So no DRS. Still slots himself up to P12. And,
we finally got an updated photo of Sergio Perez going out on track after his gearbox issue this morning, but it's not exactly a game-changing photo. It's just a photo of the side pod and some high-vis or flow-vis, however you want to define it, on the car. So it looks a bit messy. Puma won't be happy because it's over the sponsor, but...
I've just put up the picture of Gasly and Leclerc from...
Isn't it
GP2?
Cute?
Goodness me, that was a while ago.
Back in the day.
Leclerc with his Ferrari Driver Academy top on. They look young. Gasly looks different, doesn't he? He looks like he's very, so much thinner than he is now.
Yeah, Gasly was one of the first people I ever interviewed, which was quite strange. It was just after he'd won the GP2 title.
And how was that?
And it was really interesting. We were on the phone for like an hour. And talking about things from obviously what it was like to win GP2, his career ambitions, getting into Formula One, talked about that year in Silverstone, he was in a car accident and his mum was quite badly hurt, I think, in the car accident. And so talking about the effects of that as well, which was quite an interesting part. And now he's in Formula One. So I am taking the full credit for that from my one interview in 2008.
Take it. Take the credit.
What year did you do in GP2? 2018?
Love how people literally... I wasn't calling Gasly fat, for God's sake. I literally said...
Is that what people have taken?
Yeah. It's like, are you calling Gasly fat? He's fat shaming. No, I'm not doing that at all. I literally said he just looks thinner. He looks lighter in that picture I'm showing.
Very slender.
And now he's like...
I think the hair as well, it looks quite different. Sometimes your hair can make a big difference as to how you look. I've sent you this Perez picture if you want to get that up.
Oh yes, let's do that.
It's very luminous green Flovis paint.
Where have you sent it? I can't see it.
Oh, it's taking it to come first. There we go. There we go.
The download. Oh!
Shall I see if I can find
look
any?
At that image.
Yeah.
That is saucy.
It's very vibrant.
Goodness me, that's a lot of paint. That's a lot of paint, Jim. So that is, in a nutshell, Flovis is whacked on to the car to figure out where the air's actually going. and to give the teams some sort of idea as to how efficient the airflow is and where the air might be getting into that they didn't realise on the simulation or with the sensors. So paint, it works. It tells them, as you can see where the sprinkles of paint is and where the airflow travels. And it's very interesting because it shows them where they may be losing a bit of downforce, can change a few things, change the way the airflow goes through the car.
Oh, Leclerc has gone even quicker.
Hold up. 1 minute 19.689. C3 tyres. Oh,
C3
baby.
tyres.
C3, though.
It's happening.
What are you saying, C3 tyres? C4 for Lando Norris? Nah, fam. Leclerc, Ferrari, let's go.
Let's go.
So what drivers are finding different in 2022? The race have just put up on their live text updates. Following might be easier. Visibility has taken a knock. And adaptation should be quick, not instant. With nearly 2 days of testing at Barcelona complete, this year's Formula One drivers have now had sufficient time to settle into their new machines and form an initial impression. And then you can actually read further information other than what I've just said on the race.com website, where they've spoken about how the drivers have found this year's cars so far in the first 2 days of testing. Oh no, I've done it again. I've read it off the wrong thing. Oh, I've done it. I'm so sorry. I keep scrolling the wrong blooming thing. Time's gone again.
Oh,
okay, I'm sorry, Patrick. I'm losing my mind.
Patrick.
Yeah. Matt, wrong
so
window. I might just do it
dear.
accidentally and then just like, I don't know, put like a stupid photo, just like, oh, hey. Yeah, okay, we're noobs. I'm
dear.
sorry. God. Get over it.
Will it make people feel better if I can get a really sexy picture of the Ferrari's rear end?
Oh, it'll make me feel better.
Yeah.
It'll make me feel better a lot.
I'll send it to you on the onto the Slack. But yeah, it's a big rear end.
Ooh, sign
I
me
haven't
up.
actually. No, actually, maybe that's a weird.
Oh no, what were you about to say?
I was gonna say, thinking of like innuendos. You haven't been saying that's a big wang or whatever you keep saying, rear wang or whatever,
Wang, yeah.
which you were saying yesterday, and I haven't heard you say it today.
Not seen
But every
many
time you
wangs,
said it,
to
it
be
made
honest with
me-
you.
It made me giggle.
Oh well, that is a
I'm
wang.
5 years old.
Right, that is solid wangage.
Kat, what rear end do you want to see? Which car's rear end? And maybe I should clarify. Do you want to see? Because XPB have uploaded
Thank you for
loads of
clarifying
pictures.
that.
Yeah.
that is a lovely picture. You can see the
Yeah, and there's quite a lot of different teams. So if you guys pop in the chat who you want to see, and I will make sure we get you the images.
That is naughty. That is. I like that a lot. That's a great shot. You can see the aggressive side pods and the way the cheese grater line forms for their cooling. Like you've noticed the different ways they package the cars. Like for example, Ferrari here with the cheese grater vibes. But then you've got others
Red
that aren't
Bull,
running
right.
cheese grater, but then much sort of more exposed rear ends in terms of that's where the airflow comes out of and through their air intakes at the front. So yeah,
That's a stunning pic.
it's a very lovely pick. That chat, that's got to be the best pick of the day, isn't it? Come on,
10 out of 10.
let's be real. That is a 10 out of 10 picture.
People are saying Aston and Red Bull. Right, I'll get Red Bull up first, and then we'll go to Aston.
Yep, that sounds
Yeah.
good to me.
10 out of 10 for this photographer who's been getting these snaps.
No, Connor James, you
Beautiful.
will not see Matt's rear end. I love how some people have said it as well.
Nobody
Shut
needs
up.
that.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Right, we are coming up to less than 20 minutes to go until the end of testing.
It's been emotional.
Can you believe that it's been 16 hours of talking about something we can't see?
I'm really proud
is-
of both you
that
and
is-
Tommy.
I might get emotional and just start crying when 5 p.m. hits. But it has been
the
brilliant
exhaustion.
to bring you this, guys. Honestly, it genuinely has been really, really fun just to interact with you guys, chat, and waffle and give you updates and insights as much as we possibly can. Genuinely has been really, really fun. And we've got one more day tomorrow, of course, so don't forget, we can tune in tomorrow as well. Katie and Tommy will be giving you the lowdown in the morning, and then I will be joining with you. Tommy? Who is it? Is it Tommy or you? I think it's me and you, isn't it?
I'm doing the morning and then afternoon as well.
You're
So
doing the full
if
day.
you don't like me on this, tough, because you got a whole day of me tomorrow.
Oh, wow. Perez has just moved himself into the top 10. He's just set a 1 minute 21.430 with the C3 tyre. Hot miles rear end, for God's sake.
I literally just saw that comment as well. It might be a bit weird.
16 hours of talking about Ferrari's rear end isn't nearly enough, says Ollie Wright. Same time tomorrow, absolutely, 8 a.m. UK time, Smithy. Perez has improved, as you can see. I love how everyone just gets in the chat. Perez improved! Perez improved! We love you too, Mina. Thank you for watching and for tuning in.
You're a legend.
We like you. You're fair, man.
Thanks, everyone. I really shouldn't have made reference to that.
Good stuff.
But I
That's not fair, man, says Dominic.
Dominic. No, it's cool. Honestly, I have been called worse, so that's all good.
True. I think I definitely have as well on the internet.
This one of the Aston that I'm about to send you, it looks like it's been squished. It's quite an interesting angle.
Right, we've got a rear of the Red Bull for you right now. Boom. Okay. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
Look at the rear end on that.
As you can see, it's a little bit more opened up on the rear end here, you can see. Because much more tightly packaged on the derriere of the Ferrari.
The derriere, you got a little bit French.
You can see that, can't you? You can see that. And then boom, bit more open at the Red Bull. No cheese graters, just a little bit more open. Lets the airflow come straight out that back end. Lovely. Anything else you got there, Casey? Going seriously, just mad now. 15 minutes to go. Here we go.
Yeah, let's just go crazy. What other cars do you want to see the rear end of? Because there's one for every team.
All of them. Just fire them all to me. Here we go.
Okay.
So Aston, you can see it.
Let me download them.
Incredibly tightly packaged rear end because they've got the cheese grater
in the chat.
Cheese grater vibes on the left and the right. So it is interesting. It'll be very intriguing to see which route teams go down eventually when we get to round 1 in Bahrain, and maybe they will change them depending on the track temperature and not track temperature, just the general temperature of each race that they go to. So keep an eye out for all of that, I'd tell you.
Right, we've got a Williams booty pick coming up next.
Williams boot. God, we're getting demonetised right at the end, aren't we?
Yeah. Sorry, everyone. Oh, God, I've lowered the tone. I've only been here for an afternoon. Oh, dear. Sorry.
Oh, God. Imagine people are just listening to this audio only.
They just like
Williams
tune in and they're like, just watch the last 15 minutes. Sorry.
I will get that up once it's been sent. That's bad, isn't it? That's what you just chuckled at, I feel like. Right. Have you got it sending? Is it sending? Yeah,
it's sending. It's sent.
Sending it. Here it is. Safina.
Here it is. Safina.
The Will.i.ams. There it is.
A
bit more open. Very similar concept, I suppose.
That's a proper dad joke, that.
Yeah. Very similar concept
right, got
to
Mercedes
the Red Bull
next.
in a lot of ways, in which the way it's packaged at the back, you'd have to say.
My Ferrari has definitely been my favourite so far.
Yeah?
Yeah. Although it is slightly triggering, not tryphobia, because that's a fear of small holes, but there's a thing where it's like similar to small holes of like small spaces. It just, I don't know. I haven't explained it very well.
I have absolutely no idea where you're going with that. But whilst you're figuring out what you're trying to say, 15 minutes to go, less than, and there's 3 cars on track. Leclerc, Gasly and Perez. Of course, Perez trying to make up for lost time. He's done 66 laps, 68 laps in fact, today, which is still the least of any team because, of course, Red Bull and Perez were the only... There's a solo run today because Verstappen had the entire day yesterday. Sorry, Katie, what were you saying?
I don't know. What was I saying?
Perfect. Great chat.
There's a Mercedes one coming. A Mercedes rear.
Wow. Hello. All right. Sign me up.
I like the McLaren one, actually. That's quite cool. I'll send that one as well. But yeah, it's still not beating the Ferrari, in my opinion.
Merc rear. There it is. Oh, very red. Very red. Oh wow! Look at
They've got a very red bottom.
Look at the diffuser on that. That is
Yeah.
interesting. Actually, it's similar. Yeah, they're similar to a Williams, Aston Martin. Bit wider of a diffuser, perhaps. Red Bull got an interesting diffuser. It has to be said. Bit different. No surprise there. And Ferrari rear end. Boom. I like looking at the comparisons of the rear ends. That's very interesting.
Oh, we can't show it on here because it's F1 content. But there's a perfect example of porpoising on the F1 Twitter. Obviously, don't leave this stream to go and see it. Look at it on your phones or something.
I'll look at it in 12 minutes' time.
Yeah, exactly. Look at it at the end of this stream. But it's a great example of the cars literally moving up and down.
Bumpy road. Oh my God.
Yeah, he looks like he's on a blooming roller coaster.
What the flipping Nora?
It's amazing when you see how dramatic it is that you think, how have teams not realised this is going to happen? It's so intense.
Just commented my man is on a bouncy castle.
He is. It's like going over potholes when you're driving in the UK.
That's insane. Anyway, that is absolutely ridiculous. Matt loves staring at rear. For God's sake, we're still on the rear end chat. Really?
Come on, chat.
Talking about the cars. Look at this, but please don't leave us. Yes, that's exactly right, Ryan Perring. Absolutely right.
Yeah.
Alpine rear end. Have we got it?
The car's twerking. We have an Alpine rear end as well. I've just sent you a McLaren one.
Boom.
We can get an Alpine one.
There's the McLaren.
Oh, I quite like this angle from the back because it just looks like old school Alpine and you can't see the pink, really. It reminds me of a better time.
Hmm.
The Ferrari is listening to some bassy tunes. It's true.
Beefy, bassy tunes.
Bass.
Bass.
He's got a subwoofer in the back of the Ferrari and it's just blaring out the drum and bass.
So apparently there's a few practice starts being done at the end of the pit lane now. Perez is the latest to do so. Perez in P7. I'm going to run you through the times because I'm not sure much is going to change. So Leclerc at the top with a 1:19.689. 69 laps completed today and his fastest on a C3. Gasly, 1:19.918. C4 tyre, 138 laps completed today. Daniel Ricciardo, 1:20.288. C4 tyre, 125 laps. Russell, 1:20.537. C3 tyre, 60 laps completed. Sainz, 20.546. C3, 71 laps. Sebastian Vettel, 20.784. C3, 66 laps. And as I've just said, that it's been updated and Gasly's done 140 laps now. Perez, 70 laps, 21.430. C2 tyre. Albon, 21.531. C3 tyre, 47 laps. Guan Yu Zhou, 21.885. C3 tyre, 67 laps. Nicholas Latifi, 21.894. C3 tyre, and then 61 laps for him. And then we get to...
Did you say 69 laps at some point?
67?
I don't know, because everybody in the chat's going, nice. So I assume at some point you have said 69 laps.
69. Did I can't even see a number that says 69. I love how the chat's just like nice anyway. Like I must.
Yeah, I was just like, well, I assume that's what you've said.
I must have brain farted. Anyway, 11th Stroll, 21.920. C2 tyre, 55 laps. Schumacher, 21.949. C3, 66 laps. Mazepin, 22.046. C3 tyre, 37 laps. Ocon, 22.164. C3 tyre, 120 laps. Bottas, 22.288. C3 tyre, 21 laps. And finally, rounding out the timesheet is Lewis Hamilton at 22.562. C2 tyre, 40 laps. No idea why. It's because Charles Leclerc's hit 69 laps.
Oh, okay.
Well, it says 71 now. Maybe I'd said it at 69 and then it updated and then I couldn't see 69. I can't believe I didn't say nice. Oh, God, I'm so sorry. What the hell am I doing?
I've just moved my camera.
You can tell I'm tired.
I forgot.
I've literally... Jesus, what's wrong with me?
What's wrong with you?
I love how someone's replied to my tweet saying Matt loves rear ends, and now people have absolutely
Oh
no
no,
idea
sorry.
what that means.
It can't be as bad as the slip up you made in the podcast last year. And then I had everybody tweeting me certain something. Do you remember what? Do you know what I'm talking about? Talking about sleeping with the rule books and you've got your words messed up.
Yeah. That was a good time.
That was a good time. It wasn't a good time. Everybody tweeting me being like, Katie sleeps with blah 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 because they.
Well, that wasn't even you that said that. It was me. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I put that on you, Katie. I really am.
It's okay.
What an absolute.
Luckily, everybody knew it was a joke. I hope anyway.
Yes, it definitely was. But it was actually just a
100%.
misplacement of words, to be fair. Bottas and Hamilton are the last two in the timesheet. That is correct. Bottas ahead of Hamilton, 15th and 16th. Mudded. Alfa Romeo and Mercedes.
It took Bottas to go to a new team to beat Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah, there's a storyline definitely there. 7 minutes to go until the end of day 2 testing. What have we learnt, Katie? What has been your key takeaways from today?
That Ferrari has got a really nice rear end. That
Speaking of rear ends, I'll put the Alpine
Charles
up there.
Leclerc is the GOAT.
Wow, okay.
I'm
enjoying
Juan
this.
Yuzo got some great laps in, so happy for him. What else did we learn? Pierre Gasly is the fastest. Pierre Gasly is the fastest Frenchman there is in the whole world.
Come on, Matt, zoom. Focus. Why is it not focusing?
Focus.
There we go. Sorry, carry on. Is that it?
That's all right.
Everything? Is that all your insights?
I think it might be, yes.
Let's find out. Anyone potentially gonna do a lap? I've asked my colleagues on the race who are on the ground in Spain, Barcelona, if anybody's going to do potentially do a hot lap. I will ask the question, see what people say.
I want to see some more sunset shots because we got some really nice ones yesterday. Some cute little sunset shots, but I don't know if we're going to get any cute little sunset shots.
Cutie. Oh my God.
God.
Wow, it really is delirious time. 5 minutes.
Yeah.
5 minutes to go.
5 to go. Woo!
What are people saying in the chat? What's been your main takeaway? Nick Voss, his message has been held for review, and it just says he thinks it's been an S stream. Thank you, Nick, for dropping by.
Oh, that's a good thing. Oh, that's good.
No. There was other letters that I didn't say. But Nick, I appreciate you stopping by.
No, I'm going to take it that Nick said our stream's been the best ever. So thanks, Nick. Big fan of your work.
What was that, Matt? I don't know what you want about F. What happened? Matt, drink water right now. Okay, sorry, Chris. I'll drink.
Matt, drink. You must have the drink
right now. Okay, cool. Thank you. But I appreciate Nick Voss for stopping by and saying that you hated the stream because it just helps us get more views. So thank you.
Oh,
Ferrari on top. Ferrari the goats. Ferrari are the one. It's done. It's dusted. It is championship over. Ferrari consistent, says Dom. We need to see some more wangs, Katie, before the end of the stream. Do we have the rest of the wangs?
I'll see if I can pull up any big wangs for the last 5 minutes of the stream.
Yeah, we need to see. Well, we've seen Ferrari, Red Bull, Aston, Williams, Merck, McLaren, Alpine. We've got 3 to go. Come on, we need the full set of wangs.
We've got a Haas wang and an AlphaTauri and an Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, we need all those wangs, and then we can say this testing stream is officially over. Please do subscribe if you have enjoyed this live stream, and also leave us a like. Please do. Please leave a big old thumbs up to say that you had a great time, because if you did, that will mean the world. So thank you. It's been a long old 16 hours these last couple of days, but it's been good fun. I've really enjoyed it, and I will be back tomorrow afternoon. Did I see the picture of Seb, Newey, and Horner? I did. We actually put it up on the stream. Recap, please. I just read out all of the times, which I'm not going to do again.
Oh, have you seen what Jack said in the Slack?
Hello. Right. Leclerc's just had a tyre change, but I didn't get to see what to. Might just be a final in and out, though. It's going to be a 17. So Leclerc might be about to drop the hottest track record that's ever been seen. We will see.
It's quite a statement.
It is quite a statement.
If anyone can do it,
So Leclerc's just
Your
changed the
boy
tyres, but
can.
we're not sure if he's going for a lap. Yeah, good stuff. Right, have you sent me any more wangs?
I'm about to send you them.
Good.
I'm just
love that.
uploading them now.
Good stuff. We need to see the wangs, don't we, chat? We really do. Nearly there.
Yeah, he's
Over
come in
10,000 of you
again,
have just been
Leclerc.
sat here the whole day, so thank you everybody for sitting and enjoying and tuning in. Yeah, he's been in again. Okay, so Leclerc's not going for anything crazy, which means I think we have pretty much set on the times that we can see on screen. So let me show you the Alpha Wang. There you go. That's good stuff. That's the Alpha Tauri even, not the Alfa Romeo. Alpha Tauri.
Yeah, I
As you can
named
see
it
by the rear wing.
Alpha.
It's fine. You can see on the rear wing, it's definitely Alpha Tauri. So.
Yeah, the next one, you can just about make out that it's Alfa Romeo on the rear wing because they've got this funny camo livery on, which I'm going to be honest, not a fan of.
Not a fan of the old camo.
The merch looks nice.
Yeah.
But probably about it. Right, sorry, Matt. I'm trying to make these up as quick as I can.
No problem. We just need to get the full set of wangs, and then I think we can, call it a day.
Call it a day.
We've got 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes, until the end of day 2 testing. So I want to wish you all thank you. I wish you a thank you.
Wish you a thank. Well, I wish you all a big thank you
for being so amazing.
Yeah, you guys.
Let's at least hit. Come on, let's at least hit 6K likes. Let's not be stingy here. It's 0p. For a like. That's all I'm asking for. I'm not asking for a subscribe. Although, if you want to, please do. Just a little like.
That's not like you.
Oh, Pierre has won. I've won. So Pierre had the most laps. I'm gonna pretend that I definitely said Pierre was going to get the most laps throughout the whole day. I'm pretty sure I said first to 100. But it's fine. I won something. Sure. Let's do it. That's fine. We take those. Right. Katie has sent me the Alpha Wang. Alfa Romeo, that is. Boom.
And I've just about to send you the Haas one.
So that's the penultimate wang.
We're all wanged out.
We are all wanged out. We are. There you go. There's the Haas wang. So can we get the wang in before the end of testing? Quick, it's 4:59. Boom, Haas. Right, we got them. We got all the wangs in before it was a red light, checkered flag, whatever they do. It's definitely a checkered flag. 5 p.m. the end of day 2 testing, and as you can see on screen, that is the top 11. After that, it's Schumacher, Mazepin, Ocon, Bottas, Hamilton, and they are, so 12th. Schumacher did 66 laps, Mazepin did 37, Ocon did 120, Bottas did 21, and Hamilton did 40. There you go. Done and dusted. Thank you, everybody. Lots of love. It's been an absolute pleasure to bring you day 2 from the comfort of our own home and trying to give you as much insight as we possibly could to keep you in the know at F1 testing. Look forward to a video going out later today, maybe even 2, not sure. We'll see. And
shaky.
We will return tomorrow, 8 a.m, bright and early. Please be back once again for the final day of Barcelona testing. Katie and Tommy will be taking you through it, and I'll be back in the afternoon.
Bright and early.
So look forward to that. I'll be full of energy at 1 p.m, ready to go for the final 4 hours of wet testing as well. So that'll be quite interesting to keep an eye on. Katie, final thoughts?
Oh, I knew you do this. Final thoughts are thank you to everyone for your lovely messages. I know that Matt and Tommy did a stellar job over the last day and a half, but for Tommy's sake and for your sake tomorrow, it's good to change things up just to let you have a little rest. But yeah, thanks everybody for your lovely comments, and we'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning.
Awesome. There you go then. Thank you everybody. It's been a pleasure, and we'll see you tomorrow, 8 a.m. Well, Tommy and Katie, will see you tomorrow, 8 a.m. I'll see you at 1 p.m. For the final day of Barcelona testing. See you there. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.